government.
Speak Out Unfiltered. The opinions and ideologies expressed on this program, Speak Out Unfiltered, it's the views of its rightful owners and not of Vibes FM 101.3. Speak Out Unfiltered.
Every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Unfiltered. And I mean it.
And it's just about time for me to take the music down and say good morning to you again and welcome you to the program Speak Out Unfiltered for today. We're looking at Thursday, the 21st day of November. Good morning to you all in the state of Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique. Good morning. And our neighbors next door, St. Vincent and Grenadines, good morning to you as well. Those of you on the internet, we want to say a big hi to you and thank you so much for tuning in as always too. Facebook lovers, good morning. Our YouTube channel again, good morning to you. Wherever you are in your radio, wherever in your convenience, we want to say good morning to you and welcome you to the program Speak Out Unfiltered for today again. I'm your host, yours truly, Kim the King. I'm always glad to be in your company. And as always, to remind you that the program is interactive. You can always call us whenever you feel to do so. Telephone numbers 443-0101. 443-0101. You can also call 403-0101, 403-0101, and 458-1914. 458-1914. We got 3 lines for your convenience. You can take the numbers down, and whenever you feel that you want to participate in the program, we open up the lines, you can do so. In the meantime, I want to introduce now, to let you know again, the program is interactive, and your concerns are very important, so we ask you to participate as always. Koi, good morning. To my left, good morning. Good morning.
You say to your left and I say to my right. Good morning to you. And yes, it's certainly a great opportunity again to gather here to talk about some of the things that are really important to us. And Kim, more and more I realizing that how important it is for us to be able to have a conversation. One of the challenges and one of the problems that we have as a society that we don't talk to people. We don't talk to each other. And when we do it in a angry, hostile way. But so I'm saying this is an opportunity that we have to just talk to each other. Disagreement is part of it. We may disagree on some of the ideas that each of us will put out, but the point is we need to be in communication with each other, talk to, so that we can understand each other somewhere. So I mean that is why I look forward to this opportunity where we can talk and learn from each other and learn with each other.
That's the way it's supposed to be at all times, okay?
Yes.
We listen to one another and respect each other for the views, whatever it is. Your opinions are always appreciated and you could always air your opinions, as we always tell you. Before I move over to Osbert, I just forgot to mention Salio. I didn't even get in touch with him this morning, but I guess he's okay. And as normal, he's always part of this exercise, and he must be tuning in as well. So, Leo, good morning to you. You and your family, okay? He's doing all right, I know that. And maybe he might be joining us as well, too, on the program. So, over to you now, Osbert, or the Peter Matnick, bringing some greetings as well. Good morning. Osbert, good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Mills, and how are you this morning, my brother?
Oh, I'm fine and dandy.
Yeah, good morning to you, Kim, and good morning to Solio. And good morning to Milton, who's here. just want to say good morning to the people of PD Monte, Carriacou, Grenada by extension, good morning to everyone that is actually listening, you have some loyal listeners in Grenada. I just want to pick them up, the Port Louis taxi drivers, and my brother Mahmoud, they are loyal listeners to the program every Thursday, Yeah, so I just want to say that today is no exception. We look forward again for another robust intellectual discussion where we sit and discuss the issues that really affect us, put on the cards for the transformation and implementation agenda in moving forward. Great things are happening in the country,
Well, we all know that, and as a matter of fact, people have been benefiting and you could feel the vibes. It's a different kind of vibes now. Eh?
Yeah, it is.
You feel more involved. You feel more like, you want to be part of the transformation too.
Well, it's a new dispensation. We always say that.
We say that from the
beginning. Yeah.
That's so correct,
Yeah.
And talking about a lot of things happening, we want to remind our listeners again that the program is interactive. You can always call us. Let us know what's happening in your community and how you feel about things, because there's a lot of things in the air. So many things in the air right now, and as you sometimes ask you, well, where are you going to start the program this morning? We're going to start the program from the beginning.
I love that.
It can be anywhere.
It can be any result.
Everything has a beginning and it has an ending. So
right, okay, But one of the talk that's in the air, over the last couple of days and weeks, maybe thereabout, is the weather pattern has changed so much. Climate, change is affecting our islands very, very, very bad.
Yeah.
And people are been their properties are destroyed. I've thrown out of the normal routines and everything like that. And it's something that we can't even control.
Yeah. And we had one death in Grenada. My condolences on behalf of the program to the family of the Frank on PD Martinique.
Right.
Last Tuesday.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was down Grenada and I observed for myself. What the weather pattern, what the torrential rains that we really had and the flooding, so it was really havoc, in the agriculture industry, especially, the landslides and the interruption of traffic and everything, it was. So at least, we have to prepare, for the eventuality in moving forward,
Well, it's so important, but what has transpired too is that it seemed to be continuous. And then the landslides, especially, and the heavy flooding we've had, within the last week or two, it's really not normal.
Yeah, but it's not. It is out of our control, Mr. Mills. It is the weather pattern that really changed, the torrential rains that we're actually having. And one of the things that we have to be mindful of is the upstreams. By people throwing logs and debris into the streams. And the river especially. And when these downflow come down, it brings these things down and block the bridges and the waterways, and that caused the real problem of the overflooding into the roads, So people must be mindful that they try to bring their debris to the landfill or put it out so solid waste will be able to collect it and dispose of it in a manner that would not hamper the waterway.
So by you saying that, it means then that therefore we can control it. Our actions. We have to watch our actions.
Yes.
Because the rain will always fall.
Yes.
The rain will always fall. Some heavier than other times.
Yeah.
But the problem is because of these obstacles in the way, and this debris stuff, it brings everything down with it.
Yeah.
So we have to mind. We aren't saying that we want to stop the rain and the rain mustn't fall. Yeah. But our actions really doesn't go in sync with when rain falling.
Yeah, when the heavy downpour comes.
So we have
to, as a people, we have to be conscious of our environment and make sure that we work in accordance, to protect ourselves and protect livelihoods,
Well, what you're saying there, it makes a lot of sense, and I think people should take note of that too. But again, some of the things we have no control over is the heavy downpour.
The heavy downpour.
We have no control over that, And one of the downpours have been so continuous and so heavy. You could double up the word heavy. Because you look at the number of inches of rain we'd have within a short period of time, which is not really normal, and then it's posing problems now to our water. Especially when I was listening to Nawasa just a day or two ago, and some of the problems they experience in just cleaning up and trying to get systems back on track. So people could have, drinking water to use for whatever purpose they need it for. and it is a factor.
And then you have a number of landslides, and you have people actually houses is actually in vulnerable areas, prone areas to landslide. And I remember somebody in St. Davis or wherever they lost their homes. A number of homes has been
the landslides,
landslides. Yeah.
Because I remember I was reading in the newspaper, of one resident, who was in his house while the house was moving.
Yeah.
Just imagine how scary that could be.
That could be. Yeah.
And he gave thanks to a mango tree or some tree.
That chucked the house.
I mean, it's not something to really laugh at, but when you listen to that, you say, well, give thanks at least, he didn't go all the way down.
Yeah.
And he was able to get his family out of there and trying now to see if they could put it back together. But I mean, that's really, really bad. It's scary too.
So I mean, we have to assess this thing. So now we hearing these reports about the house moving and so on, and we experience firsthand the impact of the hurricane. What do we do then? I mean, is someone who is in a house, in a home, and because of the rain and so on and the slides, house moving and moving. So what do we do? Do we just sit there and say, well, anything happen, we can control it. We just have to continue building on slopes, continue building without sound.
I'm glad that you asked that question, because this is some factors that we have in our control that we try to see if we could, reducing those as much as possible. And now when building especially if you're on a slope, make sure you have good foundations, you have retaining walls. That would, sometimes, avoid this kind of destruction to that extent. So, you now have to be careful where you're building and make sure that you build better and stronger too. Because in many instances, what has happened, is that we sometimes take everything for granted and we're just going to put a house anyway, dig a little hole, you figure you throw some concrete down there, maybe 2 pieces of steel or whatever, and you feel, well, you're good to go. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that foundation, that earth there, needs more than that to really hold a structure up. Yeah. And sometimes we put structures that are very heavy. Yeah. Again, which is another factor that could be creating that destruction. So
one of the things I think should be done, in fact, is a recommendation is that when you're going to build, they have to certify and approve the various material being used and so on.
And even the soil testing.
Yes,
make sure that
yes. I think when that also should be included in the approval, the vulnerability of where the house is being built itself. And if it is based like insurance, the higher the insurance coverage, the more the premium. Yeah. So the point is that if you're going to build on a slope, it has to be approved, and if approved, meaning it has to be built in a way that it can withstand some of the things that we are experiencing now. Instead of just having that buildings there and say, okay, go ahead and build. And the next 2 months, 2 years, the water come pouring down. We have to take the bull by the horn and do what we have to do. But
one of the problems that we have too is that the weather pattern has changed, and our building habits and procedures have not changed to match that. Because in the older days, I'm saying, we never had and heard things of the nature, except maybe a hurricane. Well, rain is to fall, yeah.
Then I'm saying,
but not to the extent as it is now, because as you would realize that we're getting more and heavier downpours now.
Yeah, okay.
And rain is to fall, it may be the same, but spread over a period of time. So, but now when you get 18 inches in 24 hours or 2 weeks, that's unusual.
Yeah. And then the soil itself cannot take the magnitude of, so the soil come waterlogged and loose.
Definitely.
So eventually, once you're on a slope and as you say that the weight of the building and whatever, the soil would move. And once the soil would move based on a slope that you said, you can have these problems, the occurrence of that. And not even that, climate change is real, because you have the carnage now is actually in a high tide. Water is actually in the road.
Because I saw some pictures that you mentioned the carnage, some people sent photos to me. And they were surprised to see, the water in the road.
The water in the road, and our Prime Minister talked about that disappearance of
the road in the water.
Well, you can't differentiate from whether the water in the road or the road in the water, because at least everything became one level, You know, and it is serious, you know, Mr. Mills, because maybe 2 years from now, you know, vehicular traffic on the carnage would not be anymore. And then you have the government would really have to look at moving the derelict boats that is actually, you know, just there on the carnage. There is not doing anything, and they just pile up there a bunch of garbage and whatever. So at least they need to do something, you know, to enhance, you know, because at least we are tourists, you know, destination. And, you know, you have tourists coming in and you've seen a set of garbage between these boats that are old oil and whatever, and these derelicts, they're just there year after year after year, you know. So at least they should move that, you know, and try to enhance, you know. I remember Kem once were talking about, you know, a nice boardwalk whereby you could be able to go and relax in the evening and whatever. So they need some enhancement, you know, and lifting of the pavement, whatever, you know. So at least, you know, one guy was suggesting that, you know, they use the lagoon now, you know, put in some moorage and whatever, and use the fishing boats that is actually there to go down at the lagoon, so the carnage would be, you know, more spacious, more clear up, and you know, you're able to have a lot of more, you know, activities there in terms of pedestrian activities, you know. Yeah, so I think that government should really look into that.
Well, I know they'll be going to the drawing board and looking at different ways, you know, to avoid things of the nature.
Yeah.
But something that someone mentioned to me just yesterday, they said that we believe that physical planning should be more involved in building now than before.
Yes.
In other words, like, you know, whether it's in country or whether it's in town, wherever it is, like there, people should be more involved.
And people should adhere to the rules and regulation of, so by that you will not experience any hazard that would occur from the torrential downpours. Yeah?
And physical planning should be given more teeth.
Yeah.
To exercise the authority.
Yes.
That's another suggestion that was made, because sometimes again we make an investment, a personal investment, you know, and we don't realize how risky it could be and how damaging it could be, that we lose whatever we had. And I just mentioned just a while ago, I didn't hear from Solio.
Yeah.
I just mentioned I didn't hear. I hope it's not a ghost I'm looking at.
I hope so too. Touch him and see him.
Make sure it's real.
I feel him.
Solio?
Yes, wow.
Nice to see you.
That was a surprise. And you planned that, huh?
No, because
I think you planned that. You don't talk to anybody. You don't say anything. You get shocked. Huh?
No, because
I tell you the truth, I went downstairs. I called JetBlue. I buy a ticket and I check in one time. That's the process.
Welcome. I know.
Yeah,
Nice
because I just mentioned at the beginning of the program, and I said I didn't talk to Solio in a couple of days, you know, but I guess he's okay. And based on our last conversation, you know, everything is moving in one direction. But and I even mentioned that I believe you tuned in as always, you know, to the program.
And let me also note, I took a note of it mentally. You know, we started the program, we're talking, do the introduction as usual, and you say, oh, before we go on to Osborne, you remembered you.
Yeah.
So, you know, so you are on our thoughts, you are on our mind, certainly. But you do one on us. I must admit openly.
Okay.
Yeah, but
not just you know.
It's a nice surprise. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Solio, welcome to Vibes FM again. Okay.
Well, thank you.
You're home away from home.
Yes.
And we're glad to have in our studios too. Now, just give us a little bit, you know, because so many calls have been coming in from our listeners and those who have participated in the program as well, as they didn't hear you for a while. They were concerned, and we know that you have been, you know, under a little bit of a illness for a certain time there, you know. Talk to us and tell us how you're feeling now. We want to hear it from the horse's mouth in the studio.
Well, I'm happy to report that I don't only feel better, but I lead by example. I build back better. I think I build back better, yes, because this morning I went from the usual swim and everything is in order. But actually, the doctor had given me all clear about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
He said, as far as I'm concerned, all systems are go. But if you want to take another week or two to just consolidate your gains, you're free to do that too. So I took his advice, took an extra couple of weeks, and I know there's some things important, very important here for me to take care of, because, you know, when I left here, it was 2 days to Trinidad and back.
Yeah, that was the plan.
That was my plan. The other
Right.
plan, which wasn't
Which
mine,
happened wasn't
said something different. But what had happened, I think, well, of course, I got infected here in Caracou.
Mhm.
But I left here on Thursday morning with the express and sailed on to Grenada to move on to Trinidad about midday. And probably about that time, I felt a little flu-like.
Yeah.
So, so I bought some vitamin C and some Tylenol. I thought I would make that do. But then I flew on to Trinidad, and the feeling is still there, but not anything serious.
Mhm.
So got out of the terminal and went to the pickup area where my buddy would be meeting me. So he said, I got caught in traffic. I'm 5 minutes away. Just sit tight. So I said, okay, no problem. So I sat on the bench there for a while. And within that short space of time, when he got there and he popped the trunk, expecting me to throw my Karen in the trunk and come in.
Uh-huh.
No go,
Uh-huh.
You couldn't move.
Couldn't move. So we attempted to, and he said, "What?" He teased me, say, "Young boy, turn old man on me." I said, "Well, boy, I don't know, I'm feeling so sick." So he told me, "All right, but never mind. Drop me in the hotel and I'll take a rest. I should feel better." So he was insisting, "You want me to stay with you? You want me to get something to this?" "No, just leave me alone." So he left me there at the hotel. And the good and godly thing that was supposed to be happening later on that night, my wife, my daughter, and her husband were supposed to be joining me at the hotel.
Mhm.
So by the time they get there, about 11:30, calling Leo, no Leo, calling Leo, no Leo. So,
Mm.
well, we had adjoining rooms.
Uh-huh.
So they got the key for my room. So when you get in there, I could barely, somebody who had too many to drink.
Yes, yeah.
And they were speaking to him. So he said, "Let me check your vitals," and blah, blah, blah. So he realized right away there was something going on. So he called a friend. He said, "I need 2 bags of drips and a pool. Yes, ASAP."
Yeah.
And before you know it, next half an hour, the friend brought it, say, "You need to be hydrated." Then check. Say, "Boy, your pulse so low on that." Can't understand what's going on. So as far as dehydration is coming in, feeling a little better, but not anything to talk about. So the following day was supposed to be the wedding that we were going down to Trinidad for.
Uh-huh.
Couldn't make the wedding.
Wow.
Couldn't even get up for breakfast. So they had their own little meeting and they tell me, guess what? You're going back to Caracou. I said, "Why?" I said, "Talking about have to come back. I have to go to bed, man. I have to go to this, that. I said, no. Conditions call for New York." I said, "Wow." And not only conditions call for New York, as a matter of fact, the decision is already taken.
So
We booked a ticket already.
They booked it.
So I just had to follow orders, and on the way to New York, got up there. Of course, Gavin come and pick me up, took me to the hospital, right into intensive care.
Mm.
Just to give you an idea, that strain of the virus that attacked me, it affected your platelets so much. So the average for somebody like me, say 150, 160,000 minus 20,000.
Ah.
And that with those platelets absent or that low, if you get a gash or any kind of a cut, there is nothing to stop you from bleeding.
Yeah.
So you could bleed to death.
Uh-huh.
But just put me in the bed and they didn't strap me down, but was adamant, don't move, don't even get up. It took me 4 or 5 days and I started feeling back myself again, but it's a terrible thing, boy.
So you on your back for all
this time.
You can't move?
Can't move. Left. You ever get tired lying down? It get painful.
we could smile at that.
Yeah. You could look back and so on. Yeah. And then we spent a few extra days in hospital and everything was okay. The whole fact of the matter, what I was surprised about, they took about 8 vials of blood. And we were waiting for the results. And 3 days passed, 4 days passed. I said, "Doctor, what's going on? What's taking him so long?" I said, "But I send the blood in CHS."
Yeah.
He tell me, "No, what it is that they realize it's dengue, but they want to understand the actual strain and the extent of it." That vial of blood they had to send to a special place in Africa. Took it 9 days before the results came back.
Yeah.
And then they could tell you exactly, well, it's dengue, this is the strain, that.
Okay.
See, because, I mean, they have enough technology in the US to tell you what's happening now. But since dengue
dengue is
a
more,
rare thing, it's nothing.
and it's more the
They
African
go
kind.
in areas where it's prevalent,
Yes,
so for that information. So once things were diagnosed and the treatment started, I realized, well, on the mend.
Yeah.
So just stayed there, stay put until everything was back to order. Then I went to check my CPC. That's my family doctor. They checked everything again and do this again. And tell me, all systems are go. At least I felt better.
Yeah.
Just hearing that make you feel better.
Well, that is nice, But I tell you, a lot of fans and everybody, your friends, everybody were concerned about your health and how you're doing, and I've been getting quite a number of calls and things like that. In touch with the family,
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing that put a smile on my face one night is when I spoke to your wife, and I says, well, how is he doing? Give me, tell me a little bit. She said, well, boy, I have some good news for you. I said, well, what is the good news? She said, you told her that you're hungry, you want some home food.
Yeah, because I think it does a job on your appetite.
Right, yes. So.
Grapes is something I like, but everything that should be sweet comes syrup. Everything that is salt becomes so salty that I think it's a terrible thing, man. It affects your appetite in a dirty way. So nothing tasted good on hospital food to begin with.
Right.
It's not the best. Yeah, so
well, I must report that if you follow on what is happening online, the comments are glad that you are back and glad that you are okay. Let me just read one of them here. Blessings to you, Mr. Leo. Wow. Happy to hear and see you are back. You are back up and running. Wondering now where this mosquito bite you.
Well, but it has to be here. But I came down with some repellent, a mosquito net and a cutlass. You
kill it dead.
I want to see mosquito. Everything is possible. But thank you to the listeners and well-wishers. I say thank you so very much, and glad to report, as I said earlier, I think I build back better. So
yeah.
No.
But you're looking good.
Thank you, man.
But it's interesting to hear you say you prepared for it now. You even bringing into your arsenal to defend yourself a cutlass.
Yes. I just want to see the mosquito.
From such a small creature.
I'm taking no chance with
it.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a story, and it's something that we all applaud. We all so happy to hear, especially when you recovered,
Yeah,
and like I said, this morning you walking into here, put a bit of fresh air into.
Yeah, because these things you always hear about dengue, Zika, malaria, and all those diseases, but to actually experience it, I never even envisaged that this thing could be so terrible.
Right.
And the different strains there are, and you sort of educate yourself as to what's involved with your illness and so on and so forth.
But if you're saying it's you got it here, so what happened to us now?
Well, I don't know, but I think you in the right place at the right time, because I know they're infected mosquitoes here. The good thing about this dengue thing is not contagious. Yeah, that disease is carried by mosquitoes. So mosquito could inject you and give you the disease. You can't give it to
somebody else.
So that is good. But they're flying all about anytime.
So what do we do? Just do as you walk around with a cutlass?
Yes, I hope for the best. Because they don't want you. They tell you I'm coming to bite you and have dengue. They just go.
Let me take a call. Caller Vibes FM. Caller, come in. Caller, hello. Caller?
Yes. I'm so happy Mr. Leo is okay.
Thank you.
I continue praying for you, my love.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much.
All the best to you and your lovely family.
I thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
I'm crying because I'm happy that you're back and all is well.
Okay. Well, good. Love you more, dear. Thanks.
Okay, have a nice day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that's that, as this college express the feelings there.
Yeah.
That's the sort of feeling that was, mutual around
Yeah.
all over.
All no.
Suddenly,
All no.
yes, they still want to know.
This morning.
Is he okay? Where is
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
This and that. Someone said to me they heard you on the phone, with me on the program, I think last week.
Yeah.
Whatever say, but still being in person,
Yep.
is always better, So,
But I think we should not pass this over because so Leo, what I'm saying is that if it is in Carriacou,
Of course.
yes, we have to launch some kind of protective means and find out exactly what is this happening because mosquitoes seem to have increased in recent times,
and not increase in numbers but in size too.
In size too.
Yeah, I just think the vicious and it's so much better when you have an idea of what is wrong with you. But and one of the things, I'm a very poor water drinker.
Okay. Well.
And I think I was bitten, and they say it'll take about 4 to 10 days to manifest. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is how I know I was infected in Carriacou,
because
I was just into Trinidad and
right.
You start feeling it.
Yeah, right. Yes.
So then it happened.
Vibes FM caller, come in.
Oh, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to all my favorite people, especially Mr. Joseph.
Good morning. Good
Oh,
morning.
I was so pleased to see you yesterday to get my first kiss for the day. God bless you. I love you.
That was a
Everyone
mutual
have
feeling.
A good day.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. The feeling is mutual.
Okay.
Right. Bye bye.
Yeah, I mean, you listen to some of these people, and it's just amazing, eh? Yeah. But you see, in Carriacou in particular, you have been a factor, if I would use that word, and in people's lives, and they look forward to your contributions, and each and every time, on this program and otherwise, that whenever they're not getting it, and they hear something sort of negative in that response, like it's illness, it affects everybody. That.
I'll tell you, anything coming from me pertaining to Carriacou, and extension Pragmatic to a lesser extent, it's coming from the heart,
yeah,
because that love for this little place never changed, and the amount of sacrifices we went through, and still bouncing our head against that wall, and fighting with all the impediments.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult that you say something that isn't genuine. It's from deep down.
Yeah.
Kim, sometimes every time I travel and you see something spectacular, I said, I wish I could see it in Carriacou.
Yeah. I know that.
You want to bring Carriacou into the picture.
Yeah. You think about home.
Yeah, you think.
And if we had that,
Yeah.
What? Maybe we could improvise on it. Vibes FM, line and caller. Okay. Yes, go ahead. No, but that is normal,
Yeah.
When you have Carriacou at heart, your country at heart, you see things happening here and there, and you feel like you could see it at home.
Oh boy.
If only we could do that too, it would be so nice, So this is something that we all share.
So,
what? Yeah.
You would not travel to Miami to buy a shirt. You buy a shirt in Carriacou.
Well, I have to tell you something about that, because one of my good NMP friends said, what kind of young boy shop you in? What kind of young boy shop you in there? I have to talk to your wife about this clothes she buying for you. I see you're shopping in Miami. What you want from me? I don't want to be identified with one vulnerable.
So nice shot.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
So you don't mind playing the big ticket to go to Miami and buy the shirt?
Vibes FM, caller, come in.
Hello, good morning, Kim.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Salio.
Good morning, my dear. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kim, it's Esther again.
Okay, all right.
You remember, yeah?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, I'm back in Carriacou.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm here on a mission.
Okay.
I've got some donations to distribute.
Mm-hmm.
Clothes, toiletries, sanitary products, lots of stuff.
Okay.
And I need you to announce it for me. I'll be by Norman Shop tomorrow morning from 10:30.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead. You'll be in. You say in Winwood, right?
Yes, I'll be in Winwood
by Sunrise
Norman
Disco.
Shop.
By Sunrise Disco. Sunrise Disco.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
10:30
10:30 tomorrow morning. Yes.
Yeah, Saturday morning I'll be at Alistair's Bar. Okay.
Alistair's Bar Bogles on Saturday.
10:30.
10:30 again.
Yeah. So people from around the Bogles area, Belvedere, this would be Alistair's Bar, and Winwood, Dover, the other place is gonna be by Sunrise Disco. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's for tomorrow and Friday, right? Or Saturday, you said.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Friday. Friday
yeah.
is Winwood, and
Winwood.
Saturday is Bogles.
Bogles.
By Alistair Bar. Okay. So on Sunrise Disco from 10:30 a.m.
Yeah. So everybody in the area, to
just
come
come by and get some. Yeah, it's all free donations you're making. And what type of donations you have? Like
we have children's clothes,
Mm-hmm.
toddlers, babies. We have adult clothes, men, ladies. We have nappies. We have toiletries. We have sanitary products.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, the information you just shared with me, I know a lot of people are listening right now, but we're going to put it on our file, and we're going to do some more promotion of that day into tomorrow and into Saturday as well. Okay.
Yes. So at least I can get it all done. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me take this opportunity to thank you so much for calling and to your contributions. You're trying to make a difference in people's lives. It's so important when we can give, and people would appreciate too as well that are in need. And that's one of the things that you're trying to do, and we applaud you for that. Okay.
Yeah, I also have some stuff which I'm going to deliver to the hospital today. I haven't told them, but I'm just going to go up and hand it over. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very nice. Very, very nice of you. Okay. And we always appreciate that. And I know you give generously. And like it says in the Bible, the more you give, the more you receive. Okay?
Yeah, I also have some stuff. Right.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'll be able to see you before I leave.
Okay, well, definitely, you know where to find me. You know where to find me.
Because I know where you are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And take care and keep up the good work. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. No, bye.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye now. Bye. Contributions coming from Karakuans to Karakuans.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. People like these. They always look for a way where they could assist and give back to the community because they know what it is to be in those situations.
That's Karaku.
That is Karaku. And Karaku can't change like that.
Well,
so it is.
Wasn't an attempt made to change?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, attempt is been continued. It's not just made. It's always making because as long as you see, we don't reconcile as far as this division continues, then Karaku is stand and not dramatic too. Sometimes you're saying Karaku, but also even the state, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
That this whole idea of dividing one against the other, we are already small. And anytime you separate us, you put us, and as the old saying goes, united we stand, divided we fall. You don't have to go to college to figure that one out,
No.
So when you figure you fall, you must fall because of the division. And if somebody is going to hate you because of sometimes your political affiliation or your opinion, and as they say, sometimes I'm going, this person dead. That's not Karaku.
Yeah, this is something that we grew up as one.
Yeah.
From day one, And
I would say certain occasions and certain times we put aside our differences.
Yes.
On the occasion of a death.
Right.
That is one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody upset with you because you're in mourning or you're in grieving and they won't come and say, well,
yeah,
my sympathy.
Yeah.
Something wrong with that. Yeah. And I don't see how that could attend us in any way that's going to be beneficial to us.
Uh-huh. You're right. And but what has happened over the years, there seemed to have been a sort of a breakdown in that sort of a unity and that sort of a what we used to doing for the longest while because of politics.
Yeah, well, again,
politics step in there, and that division is detrimental to our society.
That wasn't accidental,
It was purposely
it's a strategy that was deliberated and planned and then thrown on us. And
yeah,
you weaken the population. Sugar Adams,
Yeah.
premier big drum player. There's a song that he sings all the time. Play Holiday, play Holiday, play. And he's saying in that song, you're asking somebody to whip for you because on Sunday, the boat is sailing to Haiti. That is the boat, for example. If you have 3 of you and your brothers are strong, they'll send one to Haiti, another one to Trinidad, leave one in Carriacou. So you divide the family. So that is a strategy I was used from time immemorial to divide us. And once you divide, they weaken you. So some unscrupulous politicians may find that this to be the way that I must buy loyalty and stay in power. So that is not good. Nothing is good about asunder.
Division.
Division.
Yeah. You're right about that. And as you just mentioned, that Sugar Adams did that song there,
Yeah.
Every time, I listen to the song.
Yeah.
And, well, the words, it's not our language, yeah?
Yes.
But the meaning, you just translated it for us there.
Yes. The march for to Haiti.
That's
it.
My was hele money de hele oh my was play money de play oh hele money de hele pumane Dimanche prochain Batman la voilà shit my dear sweet Batman la voilà oh my was play money de play oh hele money de hele
Go back again. Go back again. So the idea is that the families like together, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And so to weaken the families, they
decided to split them up.
Split them up.
Yeah.
So the march is Sunday. Sunday, the boat is sailing for Haiti.
Yeah.
The march people are Haiti.
Okay.
The boat living for Haiti. So somebody family is going to be going away from them and living some here in Carriacou.
Right.
And I reckon there was one Sunday, and I was sitting in my apartment, and I was playing some Sugar Adams music. And this tenant I have, I could remember her name vividly, Miracle Knows. She walked into the apartment, the door was open. What you doing playing music from my country? I said, yeah. I said, what do you mean your country? That's my country. And she said to me, c'est vrai? That means it's true. I said, yes, that's music from my country. That's not your country. And she listened to the music for a while, and then the lady started dancing to our record. So it's me. The thing is so similar together.
Right.
That's why when you have the history between us and the Haitians, Henri Christophe and who fought alongside Toussaint Louverture and all those good things, Grenadian and so on. So when you know something about your history and that the resilience of the Haitians, even though sometimes what's happening to Haiti is the price they've been paying for the gumption to resist the white French,
Yeah, from the
wrongness of it.
Yes.
The resistance.
It is, yeah. And we could learn from them too.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because we all we all one people, Because sometimes you look at the different islands because we're separated by water. Doesn't mean that much, Because as you just mentioned there, when they separated the families just to avoid them from being
strong.
Yes,
yes, together.
Yes, right. Yeah.
If you come into attack ministry of us, you have to think again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but if you split us in one, then you have a better chance
of conquering you.
Right.
So that's what it's all about.
I think that's a very, very strong lesson in life, and as families and as people here in Carriacou, we can understand what it means to divide. Dividing us cripples us, kills us. What's the last part of it? He says,
will they conquer you? They divide you.
But no, I think we should not just gloss over this and go, because it is, but because it is important. We must understand, at least our responsibility now, maintain unity. Work to maintain unity, even though we have some disagreements, Kim.
Yeah.
Work towards maintaining unity. There are times we have to give and take. Is an expression too. Yeah. So maintain our unity. The school children have to understand.
But you see, the thing about it, I think to a certain extent we have gone a little too far because of our leaders. We sort of like grew this kind of a division in us. And we have a lot of work to do now if we have to put it back together,
But before we go any further, let me just say kudos to our producer. I was pleasantly surprised the minute I mentioned Sugar Adams.
That he was able to play it. Man. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
just pull it out.
Yeah, you think that was rehearsed? And excellent.
Technology.
Yes, good find it, yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, but getting back to what we were saying there, it's so important, for us to see if we could build that bond back, put it back together.
We need it badly.
Yes. But that is not Karakou. That is not us.
And if we don't have it, the transformation is going to be for naught,
Yeah.
If we ain't transformed from this foolishness we're doing now, no hope.
Yeah.
No. We need it. We need that transformation. We need that change in attitude. Let's go back to what worked for us. We have that experience.
Right. Yeah. It worked then, and it should work now.
Anytime.
And anytime it should be working. But this is something we have to work at to allow it to work.
Kim, there is a lot more emphasis that should be. You see this thing we call culture?
Yeah.
And that's why, to a certain extent, I admire a lot of folks in Petit Martinique. This is who I am.
Yeah.
Right? I have gold and diamond, but I have my culture. This is who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. That is so very important. Because let's take, for example, when we have a little parent split, somebody want to tell that is voodoo. What are you talking about? The fact that you're thoughtful enough to remember and include your ancestors, those people on whose shoulders you stand and who made it possible for you to remember and say, well, we want you into. Thanks for what you did. Teaches your appreciation. And that today is lacking somewhat.
Yeah.
Boy, youngsters, boy. Thank you and please go out the window too.
It's absent.
Yes.
Appreciation. Appreciation is so
my boy named Johnny King?
Yes.
Johnny King.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's something that we have to work at,
Yep, big time. Big time. Say, oh God, somebody help you. At least show your appreciation. Say, I'm grateful for that. That is money in the bank, they'll do it again. But if you just ignore them and cast it aside, you're not likely to get it again. Very important. So.
All right.
But, okay. Well, I'm glad that we went on that day and to let people know exactly what Karakou is, and Karakou is still working towards building that bond back among us, And it's just a matter of time before we put some glue and everything. We go stick it.
It's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
It's an uphill battle. When you're trying to change the attitudes, I mean, it's not as easy as just changing your shirt or changing your clothes. The idea of changing our attitude, and it's an attitudinal thing. Why is it not possible that we can disagree on some things? You are let me use this example. You are a Pentecostal. Somebody else is a Jehovah's Witness. Somebody else is a Seventh-day Adventist. So you're saying because we have different religious perspective, we can't live together?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. And we talk about the same. Allah, God, one. Not many of them. To say you have yours and I have mine. I think this is a serious matter. We have to stop and think and try to change our attitude towards this whole thing. Because if we don't, we are going to die. And I'll say die in quote, in the sense that if we don't come together, we'll be divided. Some going there, some going there, and we'll die.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, we just said that. So it is so important. It is so important that we stop and think and make the necessary adjustment mentally. We have to do it. and try not to be too heighty and say I ain't talking to this guy, I ain't going there. No, come on. We have to understand that we are human beings. Human beings. I mean, so guys, all I'm trying to say is that let us try to ensure and push the idea that it's going to change the attitude we have of segregation.
Okay, let me take a call. Vibes FM, caller you on. Caller, come in.
Yeah, good rising to the whole team, Mr. Leo. Nice to hear your voice on the air again.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, give thanks for listening, Mr. Kim,
Yes, okay.
and all the rest of the audience.
Yes,
And thank you.
And everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few I hear it loud and clear.
Yes, go ahead.
I have a few points to make. And in terms of some of the projects that I see the government doing, it's not that I'm not in support of the movements of our city government working and the strive that they're making in this time, because it's terrible, and without unity it becomes more difficult for we to cooperate and do things in the right way how it's supposed to be done. But as we have a project presently going on in the Dumfries area. I didn't get no chance to visit it early due to the situation, but I visited the area and I realized, it's a project that I welcome and I in support of it. And I giving the government applause for that. But the way I see how the project is handled, it give me great concern, because I remember as a farmer, and every time I see we have respect for the land and the soil and how we administrate our agricultural land. That will always be a problem to me, because it will be like a disrespect to me in some way. I don't know how some people will feel, but that is how I feel personally. Because I see if we pay attention to how we utilize the land and the law we have and the approach we have and what we take towards it, you are not leading us into problems.
Okay.
That sometimes we increase we cost. It creates more problems for our livelihood. So we have to approach with certain projects for us we doing in Caribou with caution and with.
Yeah, but caller, just before we go a little further, you're speaking about a project in the Dumfries area, right? Could you be a little bit more specific and tell us what the project is all about so we could follow you a little better?
Yeah, the housing project.
Okay.
The new housing project. As I say, it's a project that I support.
Right.
But the way I see how it has been handled, for instance, the amount of land I see they grade out and leave exposed, and the way the land was graded. We have to have better management over them things like than that. Because now a lot of valuable soil would be eroded, because that area is prime agricultural land, and if we had to use it for housing, I would have liked to see the plan, the general plan that would have for the development of that area. I would have liked to see what because the approach I see that is taken, I think that is the best approach. Although it's a project that I would support and it's a very uplifting project for Caribou, the way it is approached in terms of the land management and all these things, and we have to do better than that.
Okay. So that's one of your concerns. That's very concerning to you, right?
Yeah, that is something I serious, and because now what I realize between the two governing parties, every time NNP is in power, they have a syndrome of neglecting people that is needed. When NDC is in power, they have a problem like they ain't get the full governance or how the things. I don't know if they don't put the right people are not in place. They never seem to have the total grip of how the thing's supposed to, how it's supposed to be done. I don't know if we can get the resources together or we have people inside of it that is working against the administration or what, but from my experience and my observation over the time, like the two weaknesses I see within the two administrations from ever since, and it continues to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It continues to happen over and over, and this time about we show the importance of our land usage in Carriacou, because that would be a very important thing in the long run time to come, because food is a very serious thing. Food security is a serious. How we utilize our land is a very serious thing compared to how our future stands. And if we are to treat the land that way, that means that and the level of attention I see that farmers getting, we have to do better than that. I'm calling on the administration to look into them wherever necessary things and adjustment that could be made. I realize that we have a new PS now. I don't know. I think that I realize that Mr. Baker is the PS now.
Go ahead. I'm still trying to follow you. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to highlight before you go?
Yeah, but I really want to sit down and think about how we approach, because I don't see this thing happening on the mainland. So you have to be, I don't know if it's a problem with the people or we administrate the things in Carriacou, because I don't see this problem happening on the mainland.
Okay.
So you have to be a problem within.
Okay.
Within our, so I want this to look, and I want this administration to pay more attention to agriculture in Carriacou and pay more attention to the farmers. Because when I realize the agriculture department is like, it go dead for a couple of years. Well, like there is no leadership, no direction, and no way that you could see agriculture is something that's shining in Carriacou, and we could look for a future out of that. You can direct the youth. The youth in no direction in terms of agriculture right now in Carriacou. There is nothing there to see, to show.
Okay. Okay, caller. All right. Well, thank you so much for your contribution. Okay. Yeah. And our telephone number is 443-0101, 439-0101, or you can call 403-0101 and 443-0101. All the 0101s are active this morning, and 458-1914 as well. 458-1914. Before we get any comments from you guys, let me take one more phone call. Vibes FM caller. Caller, thank you for waiting.
Oh, hi. Yes, good morning again.
Yes.
I so agree with that caller. He's so right. I think the wrong people is in the jobs, because I agree with almost everything that he has said. And really, we should really sit down and work who should be doing what. There's an awful lot of wrong things going on. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me take another call. The Vibes FM caller, landline caller, come in.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I would like to ask if this guy really know what he's talking about. He's sick. This government is trying to do more in agriculture besides the challenges I make. You met a broken system. The problem that you're facing is that you still have the same people in the same place. The PM need to do what the Guyana did, Prime Minister did, and he invite all the PS and put them on spot.
Oh, you saw that program,
they are playing games.
Yeah.
So I want the PM to do the same thing and hold them responsible and embarrass them.
Yeah.
Because all they're trying to do is to bring down the government.
Okay.
They have no good plans.
Okay.
They only believe in eating food. Tell them go and work.
Okay.
They don't have a lot of work. They don't want to work.
All right. Okay, caller. All right. Thank you so much, Dave. Let me take another call. Vibes FM, caller.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Yes, go ahead.
Alhamdulillah.
Hello. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Kim.
Yes, go on.
Shane Mandela, morning to everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
What a question I have much credit, but a question I would like you to answer for me. What is a revolution? I would like you to give me an answer afterwards. I will listen. What is a revolution? What they mean when they say a revolution?
Okay.
And I'm begging you about things that I would like to see the Prime Minister. I don't know how it is.
All right.
I will try to take it from it.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Let me take another call there quickly. The calls I don't want him to back up too much on us this morning. Next caller you on. Caller, come in.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are you today, Mr. I just called to say welcome back, Salio.
Thank you.
We missed you, and it's so good to see you back. I saw you online last week, and now you're in the studio. We just have to give thanks and to give praise. You're a warrior, you're a fighter, you're a survivor.
Well,
right?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the good wish.
And we thank God for bringing you back.
Thank you.
Well, maybe not in the best of health, but as best as he can.
No, I build back better.
Right?
I build back better. Trust me, I build back better.
Yes, you build back better. And yes. I like your attitude, man. You walk with your cutlass, so they must be one. Yeah. So you're squashing left and right.
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
And you might help save the lives of a few people when you kill a few others.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So good to see you again. Good to see you again, and please take care of yourself, please.
I will do. Thanks so much.
All right.
Yes, my dear.
You'll hear from me later.
Okay. Thank you. Okay then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.
You too.
Thank you.
Tim, don't get jealous. You won't get to hear later.
I'll give a shit. Thank you. Okay, I feel better now.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay, bye. Bye now, yes. A caller just mentioned something just a while ago, and I found it very interesting when I saw that sort of clip where it took place in Guyana. I don't know if some of you were privileged to see that.
Yeah, okay. I saw the whole thing. I saw it twice.
The president pulled everybody, pull all of them up,
but
and discipline them.
You know what he said too?
Yeah,
you're 4 months behind, and if you don't mend your ways, we fine you and we blacklisting you because you're utilizing the state.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
President Ali.
Really? I mean, when I saw that there, and he spoke with authority.
Yeah.
and well, almost all of them inside of there they were shaking in their boots, you know.
I'm telling you.
Because you know who name he calling next. But it's a broken system that they have and that needs to be addressed. And this system is not only in Guyana, as far as I'm seeing, but it's around the Caribbean. You find a lot of this sometimes PS in positions, whatever, just basically just stalling projects and not concerned about, doing the work properly. And so you have to pull them up. Pull them up, man. Anyway, let's continue. I have with me, those of you on Facebook could see somebody else sitting right next to me there. Mr. James is here this morning, and he's a youth. And we've been speaking over the last couple of weeks, and I've been noticing that the interest he has in Carriacou and some of the comments he's been making too is very valuable, for people to listen to. So, Mr. James, could I say good morning to you? How are you doing?
Good morning, Brother Kim.
How are you doing?
And good morning, Salio.
Good morning, sir.
For who don't know the relationship that we have, it's a close relationship. Good morning, Brother Asbot from the Petit Martinique, and I want to say pleasant good morning to the people of Petit Martinique, and I want to say good morning, Brother Coy, and I want to say good morning to the people that are listening on via Facebook, and to the people that is listening on the radio stations.
Right. Okay. Nice having you in the studio.
Yes, it's nice to be here.
Speaking to you over time, and I realized that you're a youth, very interested in the development of Carriacou.
Of course.
And you have been trying to play a part to a certain extent. And the things that you've been noticing, that you've been speaking about, And I just wanted to just go to just make some comments of your impressions so far and what you would like to see maybe moving forward in Carriacou.
All right, no problem. Yes, so to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, yes, as Brother Kim say, I'm a youth, and the people that I'm sitting around here could be my grandfather.
Yeah.
It's a proud moment for me as a youth, and for a lot of other youngsters coming up and people that is a little bit older than me. It's a proud moment for us as citizen of Carriacou and Petit Martinique to be experiencing a level of development that we have never seen before on the island of Carriacou and also Petit Martinique. And during the process of the development, we have faced a category 4 hurricane named Beryl on the 1st of July, which it decimated the island of Carriacou and also Petit Martinique and within the region, like Union Island, Mairo, and St. Vincent partially, and as well as mainland Grenada from St. Patrick's Hotels area. And during the experience, I know a lot of us did not fare well within that experience. Some family have lost life, and which I want to sympathize with those family, and as well as some personal people have lost close friends, and as well as the Minister for Carriacou have lost a lot of elderly friends, good friends of his. He has lost them, which by we all sympathize with those tragic times. Beryl has decimated Carriacou in such a terrible way that I don't think a lot of us can bounce back so easily from, right? I think a lot of us is still facing some bad experience. I think a lot of us is still traumatized by this catastrophic experience. I'm telling you, it was not an easy one. And I do want to give some people some level of comfort, and I do want to motivate people to continue trying and don't give up, because in a time like now, giving up is not the answer for the solution. So as Brother Kim said, let me highlight what I've been speaking about for the past couple months. After Beryl, I've been making some errand calls and on some serious matter, and I'm seeing today, after 5 months of Beryl, and I can say as a youth who understands from growing up, the experience growing up to now, and it's completely different. It's completely different to how I was growing up as a youth to how it is now for a lot of youths growing up here now. And I can say, after Burial, a lot of us was confused. We didn't know what was the next step, what was the next move. A lot of people lost their house. A lot of people lost the essential stuff like the black tanks, who lost clothes, who lost etc. And they didn't know what was the next move. Nobody at that time, after Beryl passed on the 1st of July, nobody didn't know what was the next move. But the action was taken. And which by when that action was taken, a lot of us wasn't aware of the action. We have a minister. I don't think a lot of people know about that experience. The Minister for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, after Beryl passed on the 1st of July and the place was calmed down and everything, there was so much of debris and all sort in the road, blocking entrance and so on. And Minister Andrew take the liberty and walk from Bel Air, go all around Carriacou, you know, Brother Kim, with all the debris blocking the entrance, you know. You know that?
No, I'm not aware of that.
He walk from Bel Air, go all about, even come down to town, come down to Loris and Leicester. And I don't think a lot of people know that. And he was on that movement, he was assisting people as he go by. He had the law enforcement helping him as well, and making sure that they guide him as he go along in that movement. And I don't think a lot of people know about that. So I just want to highlight that, and okay. we should really appreciate the minister for doing such that incredible.
Let me just stick a pin on that day, because as you just mentioned there, because I remember vividly well that same weekend he was in New York, scheduled to do a meeting.
Yes, before Beryl.
And then they had to just cancel the trip.
And he came back, and
he's coming back home.
They said to him when he came back down, they said to him, listen, sir, it's not safe for you to go up to Carriacou. And he said, listen, I am going and experience this.
I have to be with my people.
I have to be with my people.
I remember him.
And they could not have stopped him because he loved his people. So now what I want to focus on now. So we are 5 months in Hurricane Beryl, and a lot of people is not aware of what is really happening on the island. I mean, I have my Facebook page, that's MC Ghost, who can check it out and see for themselves what I've been showcasing, what is happening on the island. What I want to address first, before I go into the serious part of the development, what is happening now, I want to recognize Brother Kim lights on Paradise Beach. Brother Kim, since I've grown up as a youth man, and now I'm in my 20s, I have never seen lights on Paradise Beach. Brother Leo, what are you saying that? We have never seen lights on Paradise Beach. The amount of events that they had on Paradise Beach. And you're telling me, I mean, I don't want to go back in time with the previous government, but I'm saying they never see the right to put lights on a public beach.
Well, it's not just only a beach, because there's areas for recreation other than just the seawater. So you have little entertainment going on there, little shopping, etc., etc., etc. So lights in that is a good addition, I would say.
I agree. Fine. And then we have the 16 corners. 16 corners is light up as well, and they're widening the road. Yes. I don't know if people is aware of that.
Well, that'll be a great move, because 16's corner.
Yeah.
16's corner. Is a dreary place, you know.
It is,
especially when rainfall.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's good. Good to know.
So we have all these lights going up that Bussage Road now, right?
And then we have lights on the Bel Air Road going up as well.
Well, I saw the lights on the Bel Air Road. I don't know, Sully, if you happen to drive past there yet.
Not yet.
But it's just amazing that we have a road that's just been constructed, lit up.
And we're talking about solar lights, huh?
Solar lights.
Yes.
And the lights are very effective too. And it's at no cost to us or the taxpayers.
Yes.
So it's really nice. And
because you don't burn electricity.
Right, and the thing about it, as you just mentioned, that the solar lights there too, is that people in many instances want to traverse those areas, but because of the darkness,
they're some afraid to.
They're afraid to. So if they have to do it, they will do it in groups to feel a little bit more comfortable, you know.
Yeah.
And now, when it's lit up, you know, you feel like
you feel like you're in New York.
Yeah.
Somewhat, did Brother Leo?
Yeah.
Driving down New York Avenue, and you're seeing beautiful lights. The whole place is lit up.
Yeah.
So that's the importance. And once you can, and thanks to MIT for implementing that. When you see stuff like that happening, you have to feel happy, because your island was never there before. And when you check the years that it could have been there before, and when you check the years that it was not there before, sometimes you just say to yourself, simple things like that, and it could not be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Simple stuff like that to implement lights in key places where it could cause harm to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even going on by Brother Blair there, they put lights there as well in the dark spot from the 6th road and going on to the Lauriston area. They put lights there as well, and there is a hazard, because when you reach inside there is dark. You know.
Yeah, very.
It was dark, and now they install about three poles.
Yes, already.
You know, and when you see stuff like that, you feel a level of happiness. You know, in your heart. And I'm telling you, and there is much more that is being done. I'm just talking about the lights, because when I saw that, I feel good. I feel good when I'm seeing the island is being light up. You know, so let me get into the key topic of today, because I know a lot of people want to know exactly with the. A lot of people want to know exactly what is happening with the housing situation, with the housing and with the lands. Some people want to know exactly what is happening, because some people didn't have land before. So some people was renting, and some people, again, like the people that is staying in the mangrove area, especially to the people that is staying in the mangrove area. But again, that is a hazard. And I don't know if you all saw when the situation with the lady from the mangrove, when she did the Explore Carrico did the interview.
Oh yes, yeah.
I don't know if you all see.
That went sort of viral.
And it went so viral, and then the thing about it, we was there along with the minister, and the minister asked her repeatedly, where you at in the mangrove? It's a hazard. When the rainfall there is swampy. You have, and she have children, and the children, some of the children are young. You can carry 4 children on your back when you have to come out there when the rain fall and they flood out. You understand? And you can have them young children walking and falling down in the mud. And then what about the mosquito? Because when the rain fall and the water is settling, mosquito is going to be there. Yeah. And the scent, the environment, the whole thing is not the right place to be. So the minister pleaded with her. The minister of Caricom, he pleaded with her, and he said, my dear friend, the government has cleared out 25 acres of land in the Dumfries area, 5,000 square feet to an individual. You get in your deed, and you get in a house well furnished, and inside bathroom and toilet, and everything is up to date. take the opportunity. No. Me want that. I want that. Where they are good. Let's give me assistance. Let me that build up here. So me for myself and others who was accompanying the minister, we look at it and we was thinking to ourselves like, I mean, you're getting a house, you're getting a land which you did, and a house well furnished inside Battery mentality. You refuse that to remain in a swamp, or is a boathouse and outside like.
What I think the government should do, the government should give an eviction deadline.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Sometimes you have to save people from themselves, you know. So what the option I want that where there is not yours, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She don't have a deed for which she is. That's government.
That's government land. Move.
Yeah. and that's what I'm saying. The approach of the minister was not in a arrogant way. It was in a way of sympathizing with the lady to say, okay, you're in a bad situation. We want to help you to come out. That approach could have been used, but then why would we use that approach when there are citizens of the island? They pay taxes, and we want to respect that.
I called her from New York, you know.
You called her
yes.
personally?
Yes. We had an exchange. Yes, just to find out what is going on. I promise I'll follow up now that I'm here, because you have to give me some good explanation as to what this foolishness that we're talking about. Because you must realize that where you are at any point in time, they could tell you have to move.
Right, you could be evicted, yes. The property is not yours.
and the area is not good. But what I was told is that there was some advice given to the lady, although she told me that is not the case.
Mm-hmm.
That nobody answered that. But I believe, you see, when people and who we deem to be poor and vulnerable and know no better, and sometimes they see party before themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And they don't know why why they support what they support, but they leave themselves undone for the party that means nothing to them.
Exactly.
So,
and then the sad reality of it, the party that the so-called party that I personally doesn't want to really comment too much on the previous, but the so-called party that she so support, what did they did after she faced a Category 4 hurricane? What did they did?
No, nothing.
She have 8 children. If a party that you support love you to heart, and you've been supporting them for X and Y and Z years, and you face a Category 4 hurricane where your house was gone, everything gone, what did they do? Nothing. But the minister, who is for everybody, whether if he's an NDC, whatever he's an MP, he went to her and he said, "This is what I'm offering you. This is what the government is offering you: a land and a house, free of cost." Forget about party. What party had to do with that?
What party
had to do with that?
You see, quite a number of folks would have loved to have been given
that opportunity.
I agree. I wish that offer was put to me. I'd grab it from before you could have come out of mode.
Yeah, right.
Well,
you know.
Well, I tell you what. In time, you see, if there was a deadline when you have to move.
Yeah, then that would be better.
Yes, then I have to move. When you come, the tractor coming, so don't say we abuse you. We give you an option.
But in them other countries, and then the government operates. Once they want their property back, they just come and they give you a timeline, and when the timeline,
a deadline to move.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you own the property, they will just pay you off for it.
They'll pay you off.
Yeah,
they don't care.
Once they feel that is for the benefit of
the country. Yes, they will do that.
That's it.
You see,
they'll do that.
But you see again, we find these things happening again, and I term that to be lack of education. I say
when you don't know.
When you don't know.
Yes.
You don't know better.
But the offer still stands. If today or tomorrow, if you make up your mind,
but
the offer still stands. But in my view, I will not advise the minister to give any assistance in that terrible place, in that mangrove there, to give her any assistance. Yes. She's in the back of the mangrove where the pond is.
No, they could give assistance. Move.
Yeah, I would advise the Minister for Cairo to give any assistance in that kind of terrible condition environment as well.
Yeah.
So let me get moving into the information. Currently now we are seeing 13 Build Back Better project currently happening in Cairo. The the average amount is going to be 50. If they can get 60, they will do 60. Because remember, the struggle that we are facing, the struggle that the government is facing in Karaku is manpower. And then the material flexibility is very challenging, especially when the material has to come out from mainland or from other countries. That is a very tough thing. And then we have 30 now, and then after, so as fast as they finish, they will start a next one. So now we have the one in town, that's Miss Stag, almost to completion. And then we have my mom. I don't think a lot of people know that my mom is getting a Build Back Better house as well in the Lauriston area. We have her own, and due to the weather condition the other day that keep them guys from walking, the guys and them could not walk for about 3 days now because of the weather condition. And thanks to Hubbard's for deciding to come up to Karaku, having a branch in Karaku to assist in that will assist better
with materials.
With materials to assist because between one project call for this amount from party, and then they go to parties there. We enough. You know, then you have to wait sometimes a week. Sometimes you have to wait a week. Sometimes you have to wait 2 weeks according to how it goes. And remember, then they have to wait on the boat to bring it in and so on. So that's the challenges. But there is starting Build Back Better, and I don't know if you guys have seen how the Build Back Better is coming along. I don't know if you guys watched the one in one in town.
Yeah, I've been looking at them. You know,
what you find?
It's excellent. You know, as a matter of fact, I mean, I didn't think they were going to be that impressive.
I'm telling you,
but they are. But as you're on the housing and speaking about that, you know, the Build Back Better compared to the prefab, right? Because the prefab is a different project.
Yeah,
right?
The prefab is. I'm going to touch on the prefab in a little bit. So the prefab, I'll be on it. Let me start it one time.
Yeah.
So the Build Back Better and the prefab is different.
Yeah.
So the prefab is already built. So it's imported from Trinidad to come into the island. So it's already built. So what they will do, they will build the foundation. So they will cast the columns and cast the beams, and then the prefab will come and they will put the panel on top, and then they will use the bolts and drill it in and then lock it. And then after that, they will put the wall flooring on top of the panel, and then they will come up with the side panel because everything is already built. So you just put up, like, you know, when you're doing puzzle, everything, the scramble, and just put it together. So that's how the prefab is different from the Build Back Better. So the Build Back Better is like you're building a complete house, but you're using the wall frame, and then you put the board on the outside, and then you pat it off in the inside with board. So that's the difference between the prefab and the Build Back Better. So the Build Back Better is like building a house, but not a complete wall house. Is part wall, part board. So the whole framework is in wall. So the top part is the beam on top is wall, the beam in the bottom is wall. You have the corners.
So those come with the parapet wall around it too, you know, for the roof, that, you know, to protect the roof.
Yeah, so they're going up. I think about I want to stand correct. I think they're going up about 8 inches. I think 8 inches with the blocks from the roof area, and then they will put the roof and they would lock it. Okay. And then when they put the galvanized, they would lock it on the outside and then screw it into the crate, you know. So and then what people can do with the Build Back Better, they can be able to in due time when they settle down and everything, they can be able to take out one section of the board and go up with blocks.
Okay.
And make it easier.
Oh yeah.
Because the framework is already there, so it just now for it to just go up, make the government make it a little bit easier for you. You know, so they give you a start, in my view. With the Build Back Better is a start to transform into concrete house immediately. So if you want, you could just part of a room and go blocks one time, and then when you're done that, you do a next one. You know, you take your time and gradually go through the whole process of transforming yourself.
So right now in the Build Back Better, you know, because sometimes people asking questions, the difference between the Build Back Better and the prefab. So it's important for people to know that if they were to be occupying or owning one of the Build Back Better, there's a chance where they'll be able to improve on the structure in future.
Of course, if they want,
if they so decide to.
Yes, if they want to.
Because the entire frame or the entire house, you know, basically the columns and all the pillars and everything like that,
everything
is all wall.
Yes.
So they just put the wood between those pillars,
Yes, they put the wood at the outside to
Right.
cover it, and then they pat it off in wood as well.
Right. Okay. Okay.
And then what the inside bathroom as well. You get inside bathroom and so. So if your house has been damaged by burial, completely damaged, then you get a Build Back Better. If your house is partially damaged, you'll get assistance, which I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. So the government is mostly focusing on the people that lost their house completely in burial. I know there's a lot of people that is questioning how can they get a Build Back Better even though the house was not damaged. I think next year, please get the government to put out that information on the procedure in how can you get a house. I think it could be different. It could be a different policy. I think either you will have to pay like a mortgage or whatever with the government to get a house.
I just mentioned that there, though. Okay. So those of the persons who will be getting the Build Back Better right now.
It's damaged. It was completely damaged.
Right.
By
So
burial.
and it's free. Right. Okay.
Yeah, but who was not damaged by burial or affected by burial, the government will set up a possible
program after
to make you pay like a mortgage. So if you pay a certain amount every month or whatever.
So the cost of that Build Back Better and everything like that will be determined when the time comes.
It will be determined, so they will do they have the people to do the maths and everything to simmer down on how you can go about in paying for it and so.
Okay.
So this 13 Build Back Better is people that was completely damaged by burial and they don't have to pay a cent.
Right.
And they're getting it complete.
But how many Build Back Better is in the program, that we look forward to? Because
so it's 50 in the first instance.
So 50 in
the first instance. So it's all about manpower. So if the contractors and them can work faster, then they can go over the 50. So it's all about the manpower. So if the contractors and them could work rapidly, and then but then again we have the challenges with the material and then shortage of manpower and all that stuff. So he mightn't be able to, but he's going to roll over into 2025. Hopefully, once all of us is.
Well, I did hear it mentioned, going into 2025. So,
he's going to he's going to.
And so they're going to do as many as they can. Once the materials and maybe the manpower and everything that is available.
Yeah, so. and then again to bring man here, they need to bring people in here. You need to have accommodation and so on. You can just bring people on the island. You have accommodation. You do not, So that's the next problem again. The government fees.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, but the prefab now.
So they have 27 prefabs going up now, and they have the Trinidad organization doing it now. It's up and running.
Well, speaking about the Trinidad organization, I just had a little clip from them recently, and listened to them comment, and they seem so interested, and they seem so knowledgeable and happy to be part of the project. This was some of the comments they made.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Ahmed, and I'm representing Happy Homes. We're here for an immediate need for housing. We know time is of the essence. There's houses that are destroyed, people that need homes, and we're here to work with the local government to provide that in a fast and efficient way. We're building to the requirements of weather nowadays. We're building to the standards of the local country, and we're doing everything we can to use materials that are appropriate to withstand these disasters and to give the proper aesthetics and actually support and quality that is needed. We are currently starting with the first 20 houses, and we could start seeing houses towards the end of January. We've already been working. And as far as how many, we could produce as many as they want based on the schedule that they want. So we're here. We're going to have people on the ground, and we're going to be one with the community. We'll be working.
Oh, that was from Happy Homes, and that was him just speaking.
I saw the video on I saw the video on Facebook where they was talking about it, and that is the partnership that we need from the outside region. We need the outside region to come in and help, and even the bigger worlds to come in and help, so that we can get back to some form of normalcy in a quick period of time. Because I'm telling you, people is very much distressed, especially people that is staying in the tent, people that have tarpaulin over the house, and when the rain fall, the leaks between the tarpaulin, then every time they're sweeping water and building out water, and so it's a really struggle, and then the businesses as well.
But as you're speaking there, and Savio and the rest of you guys, you would know, it seems burial, like burial was a long time ago. It seems like it was a long time ago to us, right? It's only 5 months.
5 months.
Only 5 months, but it seemed like a long time ago.
And remember, Brother Kim, it's 5 months for burial, but 2 years for the government.
Yes, okay. But the thing about it is that there's this anxiety in people normally, to get back to normalcy as soon as possible. And over the weekend, I was looking at a clip that Culture Train, they were up the islands. I think they were in Totola when they did that day. And listening to and seeing some of the footage of when a hurricane passed back, I think it was in 2017 or 13 or whatever, quite a number of years ago. 2017, right? Okay. And the island has not yet been cleaned up, Imagine 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years later, the island still is in a situation where with all the debris. And we 5 months and we basically 95%.
Yeah.
I would say 95% cleaned up already.
Yeah.
So imagine the progress we have made in such a short time as compared to other countries or islands, that have been devastated by hurricanes.
And as you talk about the cleaned up part of it, because I've been working along with Brother Anthony Gee, because we was in control of the Lauriston and Leicester gang, but Project Pristine.
Yeah.
That is in charge of the whole cleanup process. And to be honest, it wasn't easy.
Mm-hmm.
The cleanup process wasn't easy. A lot of people think it was easy. A lot of people got like injured during the process, because remember it's galvanized. And remember that people had to go through the bush, people had to go through there, people had to go all about to get the galvanized and the board.
Talking about cleanup too, Osbert was involved in the Petit Martin there.
Exactly, so Osbert could share his experience as well on that matter, because it was not an easy task.
It was a challenge, but especially when you're dealing with uphill terrains, and then you had the bushes growing back very quick after the hurricane, so it was very challenging, but I mean, people were up to the task and we did the job.
Yeah, we get the job.
We get the job done. Yeah.
So
kudos to the team.
All the contractors,
all the contractors,
and the supervisors, and the team.
The entire team.
To the entire team. And big up Project Pristine. I don't know who initiated it, but that was a great initiative.
I think the Ministry of Climate Resilience.
That was a good.
And MIT.
And MIT. Both of them work together hand in hand. Yeah, and then now the island is back to some form of cleanliness, so whereby people could be able to do what they have to do and have a little bit of flexibility in how they're going about the day-to-day. And yes, so let me get back to the Build Back Better.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to touch on the prefab, because now it's starting Build Back Better, currently happening now. None is finished as yet, but we have about maybe, I think it's 3 almost to finish, due to the weather condition, due to the shortage of material, due to manpower. That's why I say I'm encouraging a lot of youth men. I'm encouraging a lot of youth men to be the block sometime and come and help build back your country. Come and help build back your island. It's important, because at the end of the day, we are the future. And I want a lot of youngsters to know we are the future. We are the next to make the change. So we need to assist the elder folks into making sure we could bring back Cairo Petit Martin to a form of normalcy and to better. That's why I support. That's why I like Build Back Better, because when you hear Build Back Better, it gives you a vision to always think about better.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about Build Back Better, you look at your business and you say Build Back Better. Well, I'm looking at my business, I want Build Back Better too. So you want to know how to strategize to get Build Back Better. But it's important that we have youngsters, a lot of youngsters, to come on board at this movement. This is a very transformational movement that can not just only help the government, but help individual as well. But it's a process. Now we go to the prefabs. A lot of people have been inquiring about the land in Dumfries and how they go about doing the lands in Dumfries. So the land in Dumfries is, the whole entire thing is 25 acres of land. That is they cleared out. Some people say, the comments a lot of people is making on the media stating that the land is close to the dump. That's not true. The land is way, way far from the dump, way on the other side. Yes, when you're going down to the road, you're passing the dump, it's obvious, but it's way far from the dump. You have nothing to do close to the dump. So that there is I want to denounce that lie. The land is beautiful, beautiful view. When you're there, I don't know if you should take a visit down there. But Akim, you went.
I saw it,
But you saw it.
One of the things that concerned me, is that the opposition, in particular, sort of criticizing the area, the side. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that opposition, that former government, put 100 units right in the same Dumfries.
Exactly, because it's not far,
No,
it's not far.
So I'm just saying, I mean, they put 100 there with the Chinese houses, right? And now you have an additional housing project of a different nature anyway.
Exactly.
Being built in the same area. What are you complaining about? What's the problem? I don't get it,
But it's not me that is doing it, Well, if it's me that is doing it well,
In all fairness, we by now should realize that these people's agenda is not about the country.
No,
it's
it's
about
not.
promoting the party and coming back into power. So what you see now is not anxiety, it's desperation. And they could find sometimes no good excuses for what they want to do. So they come up with all this foolishness, and not only the foolishness that they're spewing, but they are the carriers of the foolishness. If you look at some of the people who talking, then you know you're going the wrong road anyway.
True.
So,
true. But in my view, that's cheap politics.
Well,
That's
of
what
course
they
it
do.
is. Of
Cheap,
course.
cheap,
Well, that's
cheap
how look at
politics.
it. Well,
Yeah.
you know, if you know, I tell them, you know, one thing about my boy, I could boast, you know, you could hold a penny, you know, you ain't paying easy. Only way you go pay is if you get a free money, but then come right back.
So the land is beautiful. The view is beautiful, and it's not far, as they say, but from the housing complex that they have, it's not far.
No.
It's not far. When you're there, you see, because the first part they cleared out, that is into the entrance part, to the top part, and then after that they cleared out the other side. So what they will do, the whole prefab is up to 200 prefab in all. So you will have some, and as well, I didn't highlight that as well. Hugo is doing some prefab in the Dover area as well. I think we're going into William staying inside that road there. Yeah, he's doing some prefabs inside there as well. I think he's doing about six prefab inside there. Then you have some other property, single individuals getting prefabs on the property, as like what they do with the Build Back Better. And then you have about 27 prefabs going in on the land that they cleared out, the 25 acres of land. And then the individual have 5,000 square feet. That's a good thing.
Nice
That's reasonable.
A nice little plot.
Nice little plot. You know, just to give you a start. And
we just call it a acre land.
Yeah, you have room for house.
And like again,
house people and animal too.
Yeah, and then
but hold on, you're on the prefab. Let me just you just mentioned a number there, and I just wanted to reiterate, you know, that number you mentioned, you say approximately 200 and some, 200 and some
prefabs. Yeah, that's how much they're getting. The government is getting. So they're having 27 on the
platinum freeze.
and then they'll have other individuals getting
over the years.
So it's 200 in all.
I think I was told that if you have a plot of land that you want to utilize for a prefab,
yes,
that the government is
we're
willing to do that too.
Yes.
So they're doing it on private land, and they're doing it on the government land, the land that the government cleared out. And then whenever they finish up everything and they go through the process and you get your deed for your land, that's yours. So no matter government change,
it's yours.
Yeah, it's yours.
It's yours.
So that's the difference between this previous government and the previous government and the present.
So they're giving you ownership.
They're giving you the ownership. They're just giving you a land until you go there and make a home.
Give you a deed and everything.
You know, and everybody go there and jumble up. And then when everybody go there and jumble up, the whole place become a sakara. You know, Mawet.
Okay.
In my view. So yes. So now we have the Trinidadian organization the Trinidadian organization team is on island now. And they started in Lauriston, right by the stadium there on the left hand side by Justin and them property. And then we have Lynette in Lauriston going up by Rena there, inside of by me. They started there as well. And then they even started some in the Downfield area. So the Trinidadian organization team is working very quickly.
Well, not even that.
And beautiful. And now people on the island, but I came seeing it and they meet him and they say, "Boss, I never know the people was like that. I want one. I want one. Everybody, I want one.
But I saw one being erected. I don't know if I'm correct on that. You know, near to the desal plant right in Seaview there.
Yes.
That's a prefab as well.
I heard about it, but I didn't get to look into that.
Yeah, because when I saw the metal frames and all this thing like that, they were being erected.
So I do believe
bolting down.
Yeah, I do believe it's one.
Which means
that's starting off as from what I was told. I think they're using 16 gauge metal studs and tracks.
Right. Yeah.
Normally we'd use probably a 20, 24, 25, and for doing interior work.
Right.
But the 16 gauge once screwed on together,
that's it.
Could take a blow.
Yeah. So that's excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of things are happening, especially when it comes to housing. It's just a matter of time before we get to the numbers we want. But again, 5 months is like yesterday, and we're still anticipating and still, getting excited about, not enough is being seen or done, and But you, I mean, with what you're telling us this morning, because I know you've been on the ground.
Yes, I've been on the ground 24/7.
And I know that, and I know you're going to have a good report as to give us an update as to, some of the things that people are experiencing and what they can look forward to.
Yeah. So the Build Back Better, we talked about that, and now we're talking about the prefab. So I'm just saying, in the space of 5 months, look what has been done. We have 13 Build Back Better happening now. Almost 3, almost to finish. We have 27 prefabs that is up and running now, and I guess as much they have a few almost to finish as well. And then let's look into the next one. Over 1,500 persons receive government housing assistance, like roof, windows, doors. That is for people's house that didn't get completely damaged, partially damaged.
So that's for repairs.
That's for repairs from government. Over 1,500 people. and Kirk, I could be wrong. It could be more, but that is the stats that I have.
Yeah,
1,500. And to be honest, that's good.
And some people got in the region of $20,000 assistance in
exactly.
In materials plus.
People get 15,000, who get 25,000, who get 17,000.
Yeah.
Material. A lot has been done, but I guess a lot of people do not want to come out and say anything.
Well, one of the problems I know some of these people are having, though, which is a genuine, that is the situation of not being able to acquire the work labor, the force to get their houses, up and running as soon as possible. But I mean, but they have the materials. And
they have
everything
it there.
And
then even with party too, some people get the material, but they cannot get it as yet because party do not have material. So it's two places that they could go to. It's Hubbards or parties. So some people go to Hubbard, some people go to parties and get the material. Some people get the material in the land already. Some people have people working and assisting them to build up, and So this is progress, and we always have to go back to the facts. Just 5 months better came. Yeah. 5 months we faced a category 5 hurricane. Let me say 3 months ago we didn't know where we stand. But now when we look at things, we're looking like we know where we stand.
Yeah.
And a lot of people before Christmas, a lot of people will be enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of these houses will be finished before Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
So Christmas, although they do not have parents and stuff like that this year, a lot of people still will be able to move back into a house and feel a little bit more happy.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So that is accomplished.
Yeah, okay.
Then we have 1,000 black tanks was distributed to farmers and individuals. And I know a lot of people having the little back and forth with the black tank situation. But I'm just saying, people, they'll just be patient because the black tank situation is a process. You put on your name and you wait on your call, and then you will get your black tank when you get a call. But over 1,000 black tanks were distributed to farmers and individuals.
So and this somebody called me about the black tanks, and they say, would you believe that the black tank I got is 1,000 gallons?
1,000 gallons.
I says,
no small, no 800 and 500.
1,000. So she said to me, I wonder if they make a mistake. I said, no. I say all the tanks, as far as I do know, were 1,000-gallon tanks. And each and every person who got one or two, some farmers might have gotten a little bit more because they need it for the agriculture purpose.
Of course.
But whoever, the homeowners and everybody who got a tank, is 1,000 gallons?
It's 1,000 gallons. And some farmers have lost 2 tanks, 3 tanks. So, you give them what the quantity that they lost. And that is a plus. And I remember just a while back, previously, when the other government was in power, when the other party was in power, and my mother is a strong supporter of the other party at that time. But now when she see things happening, she had to look at it and she had to change her mind. She had to say, the last time when I reach home and she says, son, but I never, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
She says she can't believe that. I say, I tell you, this is what we are about. We are about transforming people's lives.
Yeah.
And because even with the same black tank thing, when the other side was there, they give her a black tank was 500.
Yeah.
And people know individuals getting 1,000-gallon black tank, and it's I know that them is appreciated.
And not even that, the next thing about it, but she told me, I just remember now, she said, they drop it off, in my yard. She didn't have to get no transport.
Yeah.
Pause my calls. Let me just take a call. Just stay right here. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Vibes FM, caller comment. Caller, you want to call him and join it?
Hello.
Yes, hello, yes.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes,
go
ahead.
Good morning.
This is the Feel Good program, right?
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the Feel Good program. It's not like the one I've listened to previously on another station where we have Mrs. Nolan Cox bumping her gum, talking a load of crap that he knows nothing about and lying on the television. I think that was disgusting.
Yeah.
I even turned the telly off because I was feeling so bad, man, with all the lies and nobody, and the guy who been questioning him just does not asking the right question because he himself doesn't know about what's going on in Caribou. I feel good to know that we have it from the horse's mouth, what's going on and the goodness. Yeah, I'm sitting way up in the north of the world, and I'm quite happy to hear that.
Okay.
I'm in England. That's where I am.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I listen to you all every day, man. You all are my favorite.
All right, but thank you so much for the comments. Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, bye now. Okay, let's get back into your conversation.
Yeah,
there,
but I
Mr.
think
Jameson.
before I go back into it, as the person mentioned, Nolan, I want to make a statement that a lot of people don't know. Recently, I went into an encounter. Not me, but I was there. I was present on the scene. I don't want to mention any individual name on the air.
Yeah,
but Nolan Cox and an individual was in a conversation, and to be honest, Brother Kim, the guy was just questioning Nolan Cox on some important issues and so on. Nolan Cox started to cost the guy, and tell the guy what about government, and Nolan. But I want to say, if you want people to look up to you, is that the way to go about doing it? And even make the statement, you say Leo had never asked him to come on Vibes FM.
Well, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Senator Nolan Cox, I'm now inviting you. If you have not heard before, it's happening now, but I could remember inviting you before, but you're free to come on Vibes FM 101.3, and I don't have to have the permission of Mr. Mills to tell you that. You're free to come at any time you want. As a matter of fact, the sooner you come, the happier we will be.
Amen.
Okay?
Amen.
Yes. So we will get back to that now.
Yeah, but talk about Cox. Somebody just sent me something here, and they said that every time he speaks, they're so surprised of these things that he's saying that is very inconsistent. And in most instances, is bad information as far as they're concerned. Now he was on To The Point, I think, a couple of days ago, and somebody just sent me the clip right now, and I said, "Kim, please play this clip." As we've been speaking about houses, and to see the response that he had when he was asked the question. So let me just see what this clip is all about. Listen to it. Let me see. Is it? Okay, I thought. Okay, Doug. Let me see. No. Trying to get it together. All right, go ahead. When I have the clip, we're gonna get to it. Go ahead. Okay, leave it like that for now. But I thought we had it in queue.
You know what's so sad as far as this which is concerned is the same game plan. Same.
Yes. Hold a second, Sally. Hold a second. I think I have it playing now. So let me try to see if I could just bring it up.
Sometimes the context in which some people make some decisions. So
start back.
From what I understand. When I heard the incident, I saw the back and forth on Facebook, and I was really not pleased in the way the young lady was really attacked. You have to.
He's speaking about the situation where the house the young lady in the mangroves refused the house, whatever, or the comments that were being made.
Understand sometimes the consequences and sometimes the context in which some people make some decisions. So I did have a conversation with the young lady sometime after everything had died down. I had a conversation with her to find out what really is the issue, what really transpired. Because I said, let everything die down, all the chaos, and let me just find out. And this is the first time I'm speaking about it publicly. She indicated that she came and she was offered a house. And I'm saying this also in the context that the ministry have a policy, that they implement a policy with that. I think where those persons were residing indicated that there were flooding challenges. And now that the houses were damaged, they wanted them not to go back there. All right? So that is what I understand. So some of the persons they're asking them to move, and some of the persons they indicated that they find they can remain there. She indicated that she has another piece of land, her parents have a piece of land within the same area, the proximity of the area, and which falls within the area that they deem as safe to build. And she requested that the house go there. That's what she indicated to me. She said she did not deny the house, but did not want to move from the area, but asked for the house to build because she indicated that someone else, the government is also building a house for someone else in close proximity to where her parent land is. So that is what I know of the matter. If other things, if any other thing discussed, that is what was conveyed to me. I can't say what she conveyed to them when she spoke to them or not. So I did ask her to at least go back and speak to them and show them the land and let them know that you have authority to occupy the land so that you can get the house on the land. So I that is what I know of that matter in particular.
Right. That was his comments about the house. Okay, I just wanted to get it out there because.
But Kim, he said that she have authority on the land. She don't have no authority. She don't have no deed for the land. So how can he say that she have authority to the land?
Well, again, that's what he's reporting that she had there. But what I would have liked to hear him say, him going back and asking her to reconsider the offer that was made to her, than looking for her to get this building erected on some other plot of land somewhere or whatever that he's not even sure about.
Mm-hmm.
I would have given her that straight advice and tell her, go straight. Listen, the best thing for you to do, in my view, you've been offered a house of the nature, 3-bedroom, furnished with 4,500 square feet of land around it. Go back and accept the offer.
I agree.
That's
the advice you should have given her.
I think that's the advice you should have given her than trying to tell her, well, this is your choice and whatever. Yeah.
No, but you see, in Carriacou, and properties and conveyances and deeds and all those things, some people say they own a piece of land, they have nothing to show you.
Right, that's true.
And it will be irresponsible of any government agency to go on building on a piece of land by mere say so.
Right.
You must have your documents.
Definitely.
What about if you go and build later on, some other a certain relative come on and float up and say, well, I should be the
well, not in that the government would be facing a situation now where you just give somebody a house and next thing they have to move or demolish or something of the nature. That doesn't make any sense at all. So if they're going to do anything of the nature, they need to make sure that wherever these houses have been built, it could stay there.
It could stay,
without a problem.
Because there is people that is staying more to the front part of the mangrove.
Yeah.
Those lands, they are solid.
Right.
The front part of the mangrove is solid, but in the back, come on.
Yeah, but
that's what the swamp is. So the lady that she's talking about there, who's getting assistance from the government to build, the land there is solid, and there's an area in the mangrove that people could build.
Yes.
And there's areas in the mangrove there where people have the deed for the land. You can't go and just bulldoze on them people's house.
Right. Yeah.
Move up after.
But again, speaking of advice, especially as someone that is a mouthpiece for the opposition.
Exactly.
I would have
advised her to go back
and take the offer.
Not tell her something else.
But it's definitely a win-win situation. When I spoke to the young lady, I said, take this, if in fact you don't want to live there, but you've now own home,
that's it.
So later on you could make plans and move, but that's still yours.
Yes.
So I mean, what is there? But I solidly believe it's an atmosphere there of resistance.
Right.
Because it's who doing it and they don't want the government to.
Right.
And that resistance that is ensuing down there, that must continue and come high or low. Whatever the government do, they won't criticize it. So that's what's happening.
Yeah. And what I was quite disappointed as well, when she did her personal live on she page, and she went on and said the minister trying to tell the minister, stop going and tell people on the expo cargo, stop going and tell people to don't assist her. But the minister never said that. The minister pinpoint what he offered you, and he refused. And he said, "What can I do? What more can I do?" And the offer still stands. So I'm pleading. I'm still pleading on your behalf for you to put sense in your head and reconsider and take the offer.
I think sometimes it's about time we take the bull by the horn, because all this back and forth wasn't necessary. If you know it, next month you come in and move.
That's it.
That's all.
You have 30 days
to move. And
so what's about the option of building the house and give her the option to move in the house that you build and demolish the one that she has?
Well, that's what should be happening.
Yeah.
You know, the house that we're giving you an option that some place will be provided for you, and by any stretch of the imagination, far superior than what you have now, with all the amenities in the house, and that will make that provision for you. So after 15 or 30 days, where you are will be bulldozed. So, and if you want assistance in moving, we'll gladly do that too. The up and the truck take your stuff and go down there. So sometimes this kind of so-called democracy, and you do this, what you have no right. Where you living is not yours. It's a dangerous area. So what's your argument? I don't know.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. James. Go ahead.
Yes. So as I was continuing, what we have next here is the students from Karaku and Pitimotic that went to Grenada to continue their educational level, to educational studies, like SGU and TAMCC, has gotten a great deal of $3,000, a great deal of $3,000, and then every month they're getting $2,000 on their account to assist them and to assist the parents, so that you don't put too much of a burden on the parents, in the sense of, okay, you know, when they didn't Grenada is more of a burden, because now the parents have to be sending out money for this, sending out money for that, and all sorts. And what about the tuition that was taken off? The tuition for the TAMCC students that was taken off, you know?
Well, the time
so that's a plus.
It is, you know, because quite a number of people took advantage of it.
Of course. And there's more people that is going to TAMCC now than before.
And with the assistance they got from the government, the one-off payment, I think was $2,000 something.
No, $3,000.
$3,000 to set up.
To set it up.
And then
$2,000 every end of the month.
Every month again.
Every year. On the bank account. They're going straight on the account.
Like Soleo mentioned one time, I want to get back young.
That's what I'm saying. In the future, now the government is building up a relationship with the agents of change, the youths. Is the agents of change, and now the present government that we have, they are building a relationship with the young people to show them that, look, we're willing to invest into your education, and this is a proud moment. Previous, we didn't have that. You just go in school, and if you have, you have. If you don't have, either leave school and go about your business. You understand? But now we have a government that is willing to put the interests of the young people first and make sure they get education, because that is what we need in a country.
Okay.
Right? And then last that I have on my agenda, which by people has been making a lot of talk about it, with the fishermen. I know, but if you've been hearing the noise about the fishermen and getting the money and so on. And if you heard about it.
I did hear some talk about that, you know, but when I spoke to a couple of people anyway, they indicated to me that all was well.
All was well, yes. Yeah. This fisherman has finally gotten the money, even though it was just like a delay. You know, so the fishermen have gotten the money, and the agriculture farmers have gotten some assistance as well from government. So this is just 5 months.
Okay,
this is just 5 months, and if you look,
it's a nice 5 progressive months.
I'm telling you.
All right, okay. Anything else you want to say? Because I have other guests that's waiting there.
I just want to say to the people of Karaku and Petit Martinique, as well as Grenada, be patient with this government. It's a young and vibrant leadership government. So we just have to be patient and be humble and always try to keep motivated at all times. And we are going to get through this very tough time in a quick time. You know, so just be patient. And I want a lot of young people to come on board at this movement, come on board and assist and give your contribution, give your service to your island, and be patriotic. Be more patriotic. Instead of trying to destroy your island, try and build your island. Like with the situation with the fire in the Harveyville area. You know, that was not a nice thing. Whoever did it, it was not a good thing. But instead of trying to destroy your beautiful island and your beautiful country, try and uplift it, try and make it beautiful, and try and make it great again. And this is my contribution on the air.
Oh, well, right? I want to thank you so much, as a youth, you decided to come into this morning and speak about what's happening around, what impresses you. and you're looking forward to seeing more things happening in Carriacou, because you applaud almost all the initiatives that the government is taking right now in Carriacou.
Yes, yes.
And I'll tell you, keep up the good work and keep on
Thanks,
observing.
Thanks.
And keep on keeping on, okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
All right.
my brother.
All right, take care.
Okay, bye now. Okay. Let me just take a phone call while he's exiting there. Vibes FM, caller, you on there. Caller, come in.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Okay, alrighty.
How you guys doing this morning?
All right, we're doing okay. Yeah.
Wonderful program, and I want to say amen to the youth that is sitting there. That's a great brother to be on the program, outlining all this amazing stuff. What I would really like to see with you guys too is to do some testimonies. So while Nolan Cox, and I want to ask one question. Oh, I'm happy to see my brother stepping in there now too, because I know he was under the weather last week, and apparently he's doing a lot better today. Is Nolan Cox? Does Nolan Cox have a brother named Edgar Cox?
I am not sure. So I don't want to say yes or no. I don't know.
I'm only asking this because Edgar Cox.
Yes, go ahead.
He was taken up by family, and he was treated well throughout the course of time. I think he did some educational upgrade with himself. He got to be the principal of a school in Grenada, and the person that had supported him when he came, even if she didn't know him, but she took him into her house, he fired her from the job that she was doing at the school. She was cleaning the school, and he became the principal of the school, and he fired her. It's an older lady. And I was wondering if Edgar Cox and Nolan Cox was related, because the behavior and the attitude and the character seems to be alike. Nolan Cox, I listened to him on Tuesday, and I, just looking at Nolan Cox, you could tell he's way off. He's probably not even confident in himself. Most of what Nolan Cox is talking about, because I think I saw an interview with that young lady that refused the home that was offered to her by the government. And in fact, on that interview, she said she didn't want the home. It was obvious that she was saying she didn't want the home that was given to her. So I don't know why he's coming up with this information that he's not aware of anything else. The other thing I want to ask about Nolan Cox, does he have a relationship with Tevin at all? Because if this girl, apparently I heard it's alleged that she's an NNP. But if Nolan Cox knows that this is not just an NNP, but a person in Carriacou that he has any link with, couldn't he have gone to Tevin to find out exactly what's going on and try to help this girl to at least accept such a good offer? The role that Nolan Cox is playing is just like a sleeping dog. Because if you're in Carriacou and you have supporters in Carriacou, he should be part and parcel of what's going on. I haven't seen him anywhere. I haven't heard of him doing anything as part of government, as part of the opposition, being involved and engaged in the affairs of what's going on. But he's coming on radio and just saying things that are untrue. So what I'd like to see with you guys, I think I suggest, is that if you could have some testimony of the people that receive stuff. And even if it's just an audio, just to let the people say, well, okay, yes, I've received that. Because one of the things he said also is that Carriacou received, I think he said 5,000 or some big number of tanks. And he said it's only 100 farmers that are there. So he's trying to figure out, well, why we have so many tanks and it's just a few farmers we have in Carriacou. But now the young guy just said, some farmers had more than one tank, but Nolan Cox making it seem as if it's just one tank a farmer needs.
Yeah.
So those guys are crazy. But anyway, I applaud the government for what they're doing. I applaud you guys. Keep doing what you're doing because you guys are doing a great job. And let's keep it going. I'm out here. I'm not in Grenada, but I'm keeping abreast of what's happening, and you guys are helping me with the information. And so I really congratulate you guys for what you're doing, and keep on doing the great work.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you so much, Jay. Okay, for your contribution right here on Vibes FM. And what's the name? Osbert? Mr. Context. Mr. Context talking. Really? I mean, you listen to the last clip I just played there?
Yeah.
And how many times he in the context, in the context. Anyway, we continue with our program right here on Vibes FM. We encourage you to call too whenever necessary. We find it appropriate to do so. But also in the studio, I have with me another from the ministry. I think our PRO. Am I getting it right? I'm getting so excited this morning.
Yes, it is.
Miss Isaac Diana, how are you doing? Okay.
I'm doing pretty fine, Kim, and good morning to you, and good morning to the listeners of Vibes 101.3 FM. And thank you again for this opportunity to highlight to the public what the Ministry of Carriacou Petit Martinique and Affairs and Local Government, and by extension the Government of Grenada, is doing for the people of Carriacou post-Hurricane Beryl.
Okay, well, I know there's a lot of things happening, and I don't expect you to say everything right now, but I know in particular you are here this morning to speak a little bit more on something that's upcoming. Okay, should I call it that? Yeah.
Yes, you can. But before we get into the Christmas vibes, as I would say it, there are a few things that we would like to highlight from the Ministry of Carriacou Petit Martinique Affairs and Local Government in terms of post-Hurricane Beryl. The Ministry of Carriacou Petit Martinique Affairs has been hard at work since, well, from the day the announcement came that Beryl was going to hit Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So following the Hurricane Beryl passage on the 1st of July 2024, we went into action. A number of initiatives have started, and that include the Material Assistance Program. I know persons have been complaining that they have not been receiving the material as they get the approval, but we have to understand that our hardware stores, they are bombarded and they cannot fulfill all the approvals at the same time, because the materials have to be imported not only from Grenada, but from across the world to get to us, to Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So the Hurricane Assistance Program started. Over 600 households on Carriacou, and I'm happy to say Petit Martinique have started to receive material assistance. I have met persons on my journey through the town of Hillsborough and other parts of Carriacou from Petit Martinique telling me that they've come to Carriacou to collect their materials. We know that the government, so how do you access that material support? Government is giving $15,000 in support, but it's mainly for persons who suffered what we term level 1 and level 2 damages. That is persons who mainly had roof damage. However, we have not limited it to just that. If you lost some windows, you can file for, apply for the assistance. What do? You get a contractor, you get an estimate done, you go to a hardware store. I had hardware stores not only on Carriacou, but hardware stores in Grenada. We now have Hubbards here. You can go to M&N, you can go to One on the Spot, you can go to Early Postal in Grenada and get that bill head. What you do after you get that bill head, you submit it to the ministry for approval. Once approved, an approval letter is sent to the hardware store. We also call persons, but something that we have to note is that based on the connectivity issues that we're having in Carriacou and Petit Martinique with cell phones, we have no landlines at present. The ministry is fortunate that we have a system with Digicel, so we have landline services at the ministry. However, for the local persons, we know you have issues. So we've tried on many occasions to contact some people, but we've gotten them to no avail to let them know that their materials were approved. So what we would like from the public, if you have placed an approved, gotten a bill head and submitted it to the ministry, can you give us a call? If you have a neighbor, let us be each other's keeper, as the Bible would say, in this situation, because Hurricane Beryl devastated us 98%. So if you know that you had submitted a bill head and you have not heard anything from the ministry, kindly give us a call. The number is 443-6026. I have been making calls for persons as well, or checking in to see if they got approval. So at the end of the day, if you've done that, give us a call if you have not heard anything from us, because I know the secretaries have been trying very hard to find persons to call them to let them know their approval has been granted. So that's one of the things we have been doing. I know we have a lot of talk about the agriculture sector and the black tanks that have come in on the port. The Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs initially ordered and procured out of Trinidad and Tobago through Rotoplastics 500 black tanks. And at this point, I would like to say thank you very much to Rotoplastic. Mr. Nizam Ran John has been a shining light for us, and he's been a beacon in our recovery process. They have been able to give us those black tanks at a very discounted price. Over $50,000 in contribution from Rotoplastics. And I'm very happy to say that I, as a public relations officer, was the one who negotiated with Rotoplastics for this contribution to Carriacou and PT Martinique. Because when the Prime Minister came into Carriacou on 2 occasions and met with the business community, which included the farmers of Carriacou and PT Martinique, one of the call was for support for black tanks. We were waiting on the Ministry of Agriculture. We did not hear from them in a timely manner. So one day I said to PS, we have to do something to help the farmers. The rain is continuing. I personally picked up the phone. I did not have no connection with Rotoplastics. And I said to them, this is what is happening in Carriacou after Hurricane Beryl. The gentleman who picked up the phone said, I'll pass you on to our export administrator. I had a conversation and I explained to Mr. Ramjohn, I have no permission to have this conversation with you on behalf of the ministry, but I'm calling you as a concerned citizen. I will go to my PS. That's how the Black Tank story started for Carriacou and PT Martinique. I went back to Mr. Patrice as well as the senior administrative officer, and we started the process of ordering after getting the final approval from the permanent secretary, who is the chief administrator for Carriacou and PT Martinique. 500 black tanks came in. We started distribution based on the assessments that was done by the Ministry of Agriculture and supported by officers of the Division of Youth. They went out to the field to do assessments. They returned with the information. We used that information to see how we can start the distribution. A number of farmers, take for example Shaka in Mount Royal, who does major farming, outstanding young man in the agricultural industry. He had over 30 black tanks. What did Beryl do to him? He's not only an animal farmer, he's also into crop farming, he's also into honey. So let's think about that. So based on that, Mr. Patrice said, okay, based on what you lost, we'll try to be equitable in how we do the distribution. However, as the distribution for the farmers started, we realized that there is a demand for black tanks from the public. So we went back to our PS because we must get permission for anything we do from above. We are not making the decisions. So that happened, and I said, PS, we have a demand for black tanks from the public because we'll have a water crisis come the dry season. So out of the 500 black tanks that were meant for over 300 plus farmers in Carriacou, I have a list of 326 farmers. 134 households benefit from that first distribution of black tanks. When we saw that, the Ministry of Agriculture again responded. This time they sent us 150. That came in. What did we do? We distributed it to the public. So each household, we hear talks about people have 2-3 black tanks, but I can tell you from where I sit at the port and trying to assist with the black tanks distribution, we've only given 1 per household. If someone ended up with 2 or 3, we don't know how they got it. But I can tell you, because I am keeping the records, because it's for the public to know how we spend their monies. So government expended over $500,000 EC to get these black tanks to Carriacou in a collaborative effort together with the Ministry of Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs and the Ministry of Agriculture. We continue to distribute the black tanks because we purchased over exactly 1,150 black tanks for farmers and then the general public. So we continue to distribute black tanks. However, we cannot give black tanks to everybody in Carriacou and PT Martinique. PT Martinique only got 20 initially. So what we did, the next shipment, and which is the last shipment, which I am authorized to do. If I am authorized to do more, then I have to do more as a public officer. The next shipment goes to PT Martinique. We'll only have a limited amount in Carriacou. And I'll say to the public, only 44, because we have to send 80 to PT Martinique based on the assessment that was done for PT Martinique. So the black tanks, we hear a lot of talk about it, but that is the reality of the situation. We have been saying to people, if you do not have no form of catchment, we have to be truthful to each other in this post-burial era, and we have to look out for each other. If you know you do not need a black tank, why should you deny someone who really needs it? People quarrel when you say to them, okay, nothing happened to your house. Your cistern is intact. Can we allow to give it to somebody else? So that is the story of the Black Tanks Initiative for Farmers in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique that ended up to be support for householders in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. So following the Black Tank Initiative, for farmers again, we started negotiations with Trinrico out of Trinidad for fencing materials. Because we know some of the fencing, while they ride there, a lot of them got rolled up and went away with the wind. So another initiative by the Division of Agriculture, which will be here shortly, because we had some setbacks with the manufacturers in Trinidad. You know, with anything, machines can go down anytime. So that set us back. So very in short order, the Division of Agriculture will be doing a distribution of fencing material, in particular for our farming community. So that's another initiative of the government of Grenada through the ministry. We know housing is a major concern. And I know the young man before spoke about it. But I'm happy to report that Hands That Serve, a volunteer organization from Trinidad, is presently on the ground. There are 27 different housing sites in Carriacou, 10 at Dumfries, and the next 17 at people's personal lands. So they're putting up prefab houses. And if you visited the port of Tyrrell Bay over the last few weeks, you would have seen 2 shipments of materials coming from Trinidad from Hands That Serve. What are they? A fully furnished house. How can we not say thank you to Hands That Serve? They're getting refrigerator.
Wait, hold on. We learn that number again. The prefab house come with
the prefab houses from Hands That Serve, 3-bedroom houses, comes fully furnished. The refrigerators are here. The chest sets, living room sets are here. The cupboards with for the kitchen and the bedrooms. The kitchen comes with your cutlery and everything for your family, pots and everything.
So Leo, what exactly is happening there?
Wait,
what exactly is happening there? What are we here?
It's fully furnished. I was out on Monday morning.
A 3-bedroom prefab, fully furnished?
Fully furnished.
Refrigerator, cutlery, kitchen.
Kitchenettes, everything comes with it. You get your toiletries, bath towels, bed sheets, everything. If you visit, you know we have 2 tents on the port. World Food Program donated those tents in the initial stages of burial. And if you visit the port now, that tent, one of those tents, have everything inside of there. The same chest sets that Code sells.
Is there?
The families are getting those. It's fully furnished. And that is part of the collaboration with the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique and an NGO, Hands That Serve, out of Trinidad and Tobago. And what is amazing, the guys are here. They did not just send us the houses and left us all to get it done. The volunteers are here. Some are coming in. Over 100 of them will be on Carriacou to ensure that the houses are properly installed. So we have to be grateful and show appreciation to the NGOs that is working together with the government to give support to housing in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. So at the end of the day, if you get a house from Hands That Serve, you have nothing to worry about because they're even giving you a 600-gallon water tank. So you have no headache. You're getting free labor for setup. The ministry did the foundation, got the contractors in Carriacou to prepare the 27 foundation. So a form of employment was provided to our people. Even though Hands That Serve is coming and give us the houses for $0. So that is part of what your government, through the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique Affairs and local government, has been doing for Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. Unfortunately, none of the 27 prefab houses under Hands That Serve is going to Petit-Martinique. But the minister and the ministry and the government did not stop there. What did we do? We started collaboration with another company, Happy Homes. And I'm happy again to report that the CEO and the deputy CEO of Happy Homes were in Karaku last week. If you follow the ministry page, you'll see all these things updated as we do. You'll see everything is on there. They were here. Government is providing 200 prefab homes for Karaku and Pitimatnik. The first 20 of those homes should be here in January.
She
going too fast.
You're going too fast for me. You're going too fast for me. You're going too fast for me. Because as you mentioned the ministry page, right? And I just got a little bit of a clip too. I think I played it earlier on where one of the spokesperson was singing, and he just a quick 2 seconds of it.
I actually interviewed him as they were on their way to Pitimatnik to look at the housing sites for Pitimatnik.
And this is what he said.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Ahmed, and I'm representing Happy Homes. We're here for an immediate need for housing. We know time is of the essence. There's houses that are destroyed, people that need homes, and we're here to work with the local government to provide that in a fast and efficient way. We're building to the requirements of weather nowadays. We're building to the standards of the local country, and we're doing everything we can to use materials that are appropriate to withstand these disasters and to give the proper aesthetics and actually support and quality that is needed. We are currently starting with the first 20 houses, and we could start seeing houses towards the end of January. We've already been working. And as far as how many, we could produce as many as they want based on the schedule that they want. So we're here. We're going to have people on the ground, and we're going to be one with the community. We'll be working.
So, Mr. Mills, please forgive me. I couldn't answer because for a while I was speechless. But the question is, that type of facility, that house, which seemed the only thing I'm missing is the food, because you have
probably is there too.
Huh?
Probably is there.
You never know. That is the type of house that was offered to Samantha.
Yeah.
I do not want to get into the politics as a public officer of that.
No. I did.
But you don't have to get into it. But
a question could be asked.
Is our reasoning ability here? I mean, and the question that Sir Leo is asking, is that the same thing that was offered? And if the answer, as you said, not if, but the answer is yes, well, I mean, we got to live.
But I have to blame the government and democracy.
but to reiterate, the 20 that I said is going to be ready by the end of January, right?
Yes.
And you just mentioned now another 200. You said prefab.
Prefab, and that negotiation started with I always like to give people their kudos, Mr. Rondell Donald, who is the chairperson of the Grenada Tourism Authority. He has been helping the government with that 200 prefab homes negotiations. So to show you that the government is actually working, we have the people came in. They went to the different housing sites. They went to Dumfries, where we'll be putting some of the homes, and they also went to Pitimatnik. And the first shipment should be shipped out of China next month. So by January, end of January, and we should see the Happy Homes, prefabricated homes on Karaku and Pitimatnik. And outside of that, government has the project Build Back Better. As you know, we're doing over 12 homes. The initial plan was to have over 50 homes built by December. However, the material demand is another concern challenge. And then we also have contractors issues. We do not have enough contractors on island to help in the rebuilding process. So at this point, I would like to again make a clamor for contractors out there. If you are out there and you can assist us, you can provide your services, you can bring a team together to help in the rebuilding of Karaku and Pitimatnik, we will truly, truly appreciate it. You can come into the ministry, or you can call us again on 443-6026 and have a conversation to help us with the rebuilding process. It is not an easy task, because we know I get calls every day out of concern. I do not have the monies to repair my roof. Yes, I may get the government assistance, but I need much more than that. So even if you're there and you have your little construction skills, can we not even form a brigade? I'm making a call in my citizen capacity now. If we can form a brigade and help some of our senior people, our most vulnerable, in terms of rebuilding. I know we've been getting the rain and it's not easy. I may have a roof over my head because family secured us. But at the same time, there are many persons out there, the tarpaulins can be traumatic. So if you're out there and you have carpentry skills, masonry skills, we are calling on you to join with us to help in the rebuilding process for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. There is another thing is that government has not stopped paying the public assistance. We continue to provide public assistance, and now we started back with the children's assistance under the SEED program. But it's even going a little bit further. But for persons who have lost their income following Hurricane Beryl, outside of the unemployment benefits you're getting from NIS, here's another opportunity. It's called BRISP. It's the Beryl Relief Income Support Program. It is coordinated by the Ministry of Social Development, Grenada, in collaboration with the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs and local government, and supported by the World Food Program, an arm of the United Nations. What do? We have centers set up across Carriacou and Petit Martinique where you can actually go to do the registration. You are kindly asked to walk with a form of ID. So you can go to the Boggles Multipurpose Center where the preschool is. You can also go to Hillsborough at Ariza Credit Union Building. You can go to the Lauriston Mini Stadium, Mount Pleasant Medical Station, and Windward at Sunrise Disco. And in Petit Martinique at the Sanchez Hard Court or upstairs at the ICT Center to register for BRISP, Beryl Relief Income Support Program. You'll be getting some income support for the next 6 months as long as you lost your income and it can be verified. So a number of things are happening in the positive light for Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Stick a pin on that there. If ever to just go back on what you said there, some of these people would be getting assistance from the NIS already or would have gotten assistance. Yes. But this is an additional 6 months.
That's an additional 6 months.
For people who have lost their income, they could get 6 months again.
Yes, there's a criteria, but I have invited the coordinator for the BRISP program. She's based in Grenada, but she'll be in Carriacou. And one of these days, we'll make an appointment, not too long from now, because we want people to have the proper information so she can come to the radio station and to further elaborate on how to get through to the BRISP.
That would be nice. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And even the Red Cross is doing something similar. They had a outreach yesterday down at Happyville where you can go to get register for if you need food, if you need income support as well, or if you need shelter and those things like that. So a number of things are happening in Carriacou and Petit Martinique for our people.
I like clarity on what I'm hearing, and because I want to go there when I'm disseminating my information, it has to be accurate. Back to the prefab house, the 3-bedroom house. They get in.
That's on your mind.
What? No, I want to. They get in bed with sheet and pillowcase too.
Yes, they are. They are getting supplies with the prefab houses.
Dunlop and thing.
So we have to say a big thank you to hands that serve. Every time I see the guys moving around, I say thank you for coming to help Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Because you know what I admire about them? They came in on Sunday, and from the time they got in, they went to work. And they have not stopped working because they came with a plan and they are working with that plan. If you go to Dumfries now or any of the other sites, you'll see that the sidings are already up. They're getting ready to put in the roofs. The day they came in, they dropped off the materials from the port. The next morning, they were on the ground, putting in the concrete slabs to put in the tiles and everything. And the house is tiles.
Tiles too?
Yes.
Well,
So it's not just a regular house. You're getting a house that can withstand hurricane force winds and a fully furnished house.
Yes, this is excellent. I'm following the comments on the chat here, but I just thinking back on on Sir Leo there. I what you said, you want to go back to school because so many good things happen. That is in the education sector, but in the housing sector.
Because I want to get young again.
Wow. But tell me something, and then you hear nothing is happening in Carriacou. This government didn't know what they're doing. So when you spew this kind of falsehoods, somebody must get crazy to debunk it, because it's not so. And heretofore, that never happened to us,
No,
we were never that fortunate because I'm young enough to experience Janet. experience, Janet. We had a few little wooden houses.
Janet house.
Oh, God help us when you rain, you have to hold your nose, because.
But not only that, the government is not only doing the prefab houses and the project Build Back Better. Persons who we consider who falls into the vulnerable category and they may be living on their own. The Division of Housing has not stopped giving support. They have continued, and we've done over 10 houses already, 14 by 14 for those vulnerable persons, and we continue to do assessment. We have Mrs. Nadina Williams, who is the Program Director for Social Services, and her team going community to community and doing assessments. Today, they're in the community of Brunswick. So if you have any social needs, you can go there to meet with Mrs. Williams and her team. So it's not that the regular programs of the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs have stopped. We continue to provide the support that the ministry normally would give, and the housing program continues.
Okay, great.
So, especially persons who are vulnerable, we are doing things for them as well. And sometimes Mrs. Williams and her team goes out to the community and even do food distribution. So we have not stopped working.
Okay. Before you go further, take a break. You've been speaking so much there, I'm trying to digest.
To digest it.
I'm trying to digest what they're saying there. But let me take a call from the outside. Caller, you want to make some comments quickly?
Yeah, afternoon, Kim.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm suffering from information overload. So much of good things happening in Carriacou. And to be honest and truthful, a lot of people not aware of it. And I must say kudos to Ms. Isaac for doing an excellent job, and the guy that was there before. I think that they need to come on a little bit more often, probably once a week or every other week, to share this information to the public. It's very, very, very helpful, and kudos.
Yeah.
And another teacher's number say thanks to Hans Dr. and Kathy Home for coming and assist the people of Carriacou, because there is so much negativity spreading, especially on one station on the mainland. Somebody always calling and say, well, the people of Carriacou are suffering and they're in trouble, and it's pure political propaganda. And Mr. Leo, you need our homework,
Tell me.
People that condemning the project and the government, you need to get a pan and beat over the head.
Hold him as foul.
So, Mr. Leo, you have a cutlass for the mosquito, and know you get
a pan put. But I guess Mr. Isaac too young to know about what we're talking about. You know why we need a pan?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, when I fall bazooka, you have to put it in the pan and beat it.
Okay. Yeah,
and it get better. And it recover.
Yeah.
Recover.
We should grab a basin or anything,
Yes.
Turn it on quick. Boom, 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 to bring it back to life.
Therapy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
I know that we have some concerns again from the farming community that really burial income support. But we have, the government of Grenada have started to pay our farmers and also our fishermen. The ones that did not supply us with an account number, banking account number, I know for the fishermen, up to yesterday, we've done checks started to do checks for the fishing community. And Mr. Bostwin and Mr. Patrice and Mr. McDonald are calling the fishermen to let them know when their checks are ready. In terms of the farmers, I know some farmers got paid over 118 so far. When I last checked, got the $4,500 as burial income support for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So we've started all those things, and we're not stopping. I know our minister is very, very passionate about ensuring Carriacou and Petit Martinique rise again. So he does not give us a chance. And we are not just doing the housing projects. We have a couple infrastructure projects happening now in terms of road development. Because as persons rebuild and get ready to rebuild, in order to get the materials properly to their homes, we started a project in Bellevue South. For many years, over 10 years, we had that new community developed in the bottom end of Bellevue. And we've been hearing complaints for almost a decade as to the condition of the roads. So following the passage of Hurricane Beryl, Minister came and asked that project start. under the Division of Public Works. So we have 600 feet of concrete pavement and drains presently being done in the Bellevue South area. We ask the residents there to have patience with us, because to do 600 feet of road, to also do the cross culvert to ensure the water runs properly, takes some time. And we also sometimes have cement shortage. So you have to bear with us. And then we also started another piece of work, which is a continuation in the Brunswick. I don't know what they call that area going up to Cap. Before you turn down to Brunswick, and it's on your left to go up in that community where the Lawrence family lives.
Oh,
yes.
Lakai boys.
Okay, so we also started a road project there as well. We continue with 16 Corners because that road was compromised during Hurricane Beryl. So we've completed the retaining wall, and we just have to complete the pavement now. So that is happening as we speak. We've completed, after Hurricane Beryl as well, the hospital bypass road. So you now have a choice. When you come up to Bel Air, you have another choice of road to go down. Yes. So we've completed the hospital bypass road after Hurricane Beryl. So the ministry is not sleeping. We're very much alive.
So you're talking about the hospital bypass road. That's the bottom road you're speaking about.
Yes, the bottom road.
The bottom under the hospital.
Yes.
Oh, that's completed, you said?
Yes.
That is completed. And that road was never done in centuries. So it's a new road that was done by the Ministry of Caricom Thematic Affairs.
I remember that road, and there was a lot of erosion that was taking place on that road.
You see, especially since we implemented that one way.
Yes.
That road would have been so essential.
Yes.
Well, kudos.
So
but I must indeed agree with the last caller. What we're hearing there needs to be told a little more often. We should make it a morning prayer. Yeah, because a lot of things, good things are happening, and people are not, if they are aware of it, they must be crazy not to take advantage of what is happening.
There's so much happening though, that people have a choice to, or the different avenues, of getting assistance if they so desire. But the thing that amazes me, I'll be honest with you, that Beryl was just yesterday. How come we are moving at this pace so fast? And people maybe we're moving too fast, they can't see you moving. Because the amount of programs and the amount of assistance that's going out to the residents right now in Caricom Petit is unbelievable.
Unprecedented.
And I know anyone who's listening to this program right now and listening to the information that you're sharing with us right now too, and would be amazed to be hearing talk like nothing happening, especially Mr. Context.
Context or outer context?
Outer context.
The only thing, to be quite frank, that's bothering me, I hope we don't get too complacent, because
no, I keep saying to persons when we meet on the streets or on the phone, the public officers are also faced with the same dilemma. I lost my home. I had to move to a new community.
Yeah.
I have an 83-year-old mom, and it's not easy sometimes because the memories of Beirut sometimes comes up, especially when the rain falls. I might be able to cope, but I have colleagues, they're under tarpaulin, and they're faced in the same predicament as any other citizen of Caricom Petit. So sometimes we have to bear with them. The work can become overwhelming. I tell you, yesterday I was on the port, but I'm not on the port only distributing black tanks. I have to answer the calls. Calls are coming from all over. We have staff from the Topple Senior Citizen Home who had to relocate to Grenada because the home had to move residents for their safety. They have to return to Carriacou. They have no homes. Can someone help us here? The government is doing so much, but we need more hands on deck. Our public officers can be considered homeless, many of them. I know other colleagues like myself who had to move to a new community. For me, it was easy because you can make the adjustment, but not everybody can make that adjustment so easily. Growing up in a community for 40 years, and at 42, you have to move. You have to make that change because a hurricane destroyed all that you had. So I ask again of the people of Carriacou and Petit to be patient. Our public officers, I know it's tiring. It's frustrating at times trying to deal with people and their issues. And then you have to go home and you're under the tarpaulin, and then you have to be sweeping out water as well. So let us be each other's keeper. If there are any organizations out there, any persons who I am clamoring for my public officers, I'm not clamoring for myself. I would like to see some form of assistance specifically outside of what government is doing for the public officers of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique, because they are on the job day in, day out. Sometimes my mommy says to me, Tiana, your phone never stops ringing. You're trying to help everybody, but you're not helping yourself. I said, Mom, we'll be fine. But the public officers, we have to do something special for them. Yes, they're getting government assistance, but imagine you get $25,000. You had a home that was more than $25,000, but the government is giving a help, and that is fantastic. Mm-hmm. But if there's any organization, any corporate citizen out there who would like to do something special for our public officers for Carriacou and Petit-Martinique, I am asking for that. Call me. Mm-hmm. My number is an open line, 457-1308. Even if it's not for the public officers, but for the top senior citizens home staff that has to return to Carriacou in December.
Yeah.
We need to do something for them.
Okay, take a break. Vibes FM, caller, come in. Caller, you waiting? Caller, come in.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Listen, this is a proper spokeswoman. I am really appreciating and enjoying this conversation. She is so fluent and eloquent with the way she speaks and delivers the information. Kudos to her. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm really happy to hear that.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much, Jim. Okay, well, you're getting a lot of compliments and massage like that for it.
Well deserved.
Yeah, it well deserved, but like one caller said, you're suffering from
overload. Because digestion is a process. You can't just drink. And when you finish, you just bring back everything up. You have to digest it, so you take bit by bit.
And
yes, go ahead.
If we look at the healthcare sector again, that is a major sector for Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. Within 2-3 months after Hurricane Beryl, we had the hospital recommissioning, resuming services for Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. We have one hospital. However, we have our 4 clinics. I know the Ministry of Infrastructure, together with our ministry, is trying their best to start work on the reconstruction, retrofitting the roofs and everything like that. Petit-Martinique, we have to do a major work on Petit-Martinique Health Center. We were fortunate that the DECO families were able to raise over $200,000 specifically for Petit-Martinique, and thank you to Mr. Adam DeCall for that. But our nurses as well, they've been at work in that little clinic in town. After the hospital got damaged, lost its roof. It was a new roof, but we lost it. Mm-hmm. We can't do anything when Mother Nature calls. So our health sector workers as well, they have been hard at work. So hospital services have resumed on Carriacou. And just 2 weeks ago, the Ministry of Health during Dental Week launched the new dental unit for Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. And it was something Minister Andrews clamored for since he got into office. So we have not stopped working. So persons who are going to the clinic for dental services, you'll be much more comfortable. So there's a whole new unit. You can get a polish. You can now get a cleaning and everything like that. We're now working on having our own local resident dentist. We have one, Miss Lanik McLawrence, who government gave a scholarship to go to Jamaica. So very soon we'll have our own local resident dentist. So government has not stopped working. So what we would like is the support again of the corporate citizens and the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique. Whether you're in Carriacou, Grenada, Petit-Martinique, or in the diaspora, all hands on deck is needed for the rebuilding of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. We still have a lot of infrastructure for government that is down. While the Guyanese government, and again, we have to give kudos to who kudos have to go to. The Guyanese Defense Force came into Carriacou 2 weeks after Hurricane Beryl, and they were on the job, rebuilding our police station, our administrative building, our ministerial complex per se, where the administration arm of government sits, and they did some work on Hillsborough Secondary School. They have now completed their journey, their post-Hurricane Beryl operation. They've returned to Guyana, but we can still see their good works in our eyes. So we're very, very grateful for the Guyana Defense Force. But what do we have to do? Government has to retrofit those offices. They have to put in new computers because we lost everything. So the work of government is very hard. So we have to be patient. We have to get new chairs for our public officers. As I said, new computer systems, new AC, new ICT setup, everything.
Retrofit the whole thing.
Retrofit is a brand new start for us. So we are calling on the people of Carriacou Petit Martinique. We know you are frustrated, but the public officers are also frustrated because they have to deal with a lot. If you want to even donate 2 tables and chairs, office equipment for us, the government will not say no. Because at this stage, the rebuilding of Carriacou Petit Martinique must be a collaborative one. We cannot do it alone.
Stick up in Vibes FM. Caller coming. Yeah. Caller?
Yes, Mr. Kim.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion. Well, before I make my suggestion, let me commend that young lady. Right? I think she's the PRO for the affairs in Carriacou.
Yeah.
I think the government should hire her to do that kind of work for Grenada. Well, not only Grenada, but Grenada Carriacou. She's fluent, she's articulate. You know, you could understand everything that she's saying. You could hear her passion. So that's a recommendation I would make for the authorities that they could use her as a PRO for the government to get these projects outside. It is time that they tell us what they're doing. We don't expect people to see and understand, right?
Yeah.
A suggestion for you, Sir Leo.
Tell me.
I want you to go and meet Mr. Cox at his house and bring him to the studio because he is playing dodgeball with you, right?
Yes.
And he's not very familiar with the truth. As a matter of fact, even though the truth slap him in his face, I don't think he will know it's the truth that slap him.
Yeah.
So to make life easy for him, go meet him and bring him to the studio. Bring Tevin, so both of them could get there, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then we will have a better understanding of what is the truth. You understand? They'll be able to question each other. You are there to moderate. You have the public to call in, you know? So you have no excuses to say that he didn't say this and he didn't say the other and the next and the third.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay, suggestion.
In regards to, yes.
Suggestion taken. Please call Mr. Cox and tell him to hold the dog.
Okay. All right. Next thing, I haven't heard you said anything about the convention coming up. I think the 15th. The 15th of December.
Yeah, we didn't get to it yet.
We didn't get to that yet.
You didn't get it. Okay, so I'll wait on you.
Okay.
The information I have is, well, they put systems in place so that they could prevent Pedro from getting the nomination.
Okay.
You know, as a matter of fact, the system is put in place to favor the leader of the opposition. Because when you have confusion and nobody wants to vote, I vote for this, I vote for that, he have his people to vote for him to divide the vote. And then he going to say, well, nobody gets a clear mandate, so it's left to me to take the party forward. You understand?
Yes. I have another opinion on that issue. I'll share it a little later on.
Okay. So I'll wait on you.
Okay.
So Leo, I'm waiting on you. As a matter of fact, all three of you.
Right. Okay.
Go meet him.
Suggestion taken.
Yeah?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Go meet him and bring him in the studio
right.
and bring Tevin, so we could get the truth from what is the truth. His truth, Kevin's truth, and our truth. We could get all the truth in one place.
Suggestion taken. Suggestion taken. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
A quick comment. Somebody just make a. I'm going to read it out quickly there. You know, it pertains to you, Miss Isaac. They say, love this lady as well. She's very impressive. She's doing a good job. Let Cox and the opposition carry on with stupidness and the foolishness. Carriacou will be the admired in the next 3 years. But she said, I'm jealous. After Ivan, we never got this opportunity. I lost my house. No?
Thank you very much.
One of the things that So Leo always saying that Barry was a good.
Yes.
I mean, I remember when he first come to me since we came back. I mean, everybody at the time was, oh boy, that was a bad thing happened to us. But yes, so Leo was saying, well, I had some good,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we see it play out now.
Amen. But I tell you what, I'm just hoping, because when you look at Hillsborough, I'm hoping sooner than later that we should have a zone that represents Hillsborough, where every and anybody isn't just allowed to put up whatever shack they want. That everything that is being built in Hillsborough must be done pursuant to physical plan approval and for some standard, if we're going to build back better. And in instances where people are unable to do it, for example, where my shop and there's an enclave of foolishness there. The government put up a mall and rent it and give the right of first refusal to the previous tenants. And do that, but for all Christ Almighty's sake, do not go and build shacks back there again.
Well, I quite agree with that,
And as you mentioned, without cutting
yes,
you,
go ahead, yeah.
Planning and Development Authorities also playing a critical role in the rebuilding of Carriacou and Pitimatnik. If you on the ground, you'll see they have officers here that come to Carriacou on a weekly basis, and they are giving advice to homeowners. They're asking if you need an assessment done. They're recommending that an assessment should be done before you start your reconstruction. So they have forms at the Ministry of Carriacou and Pitimatnik Affairs. They've also conducted last week training for contractors on island on the building code. And that we're asking persons to pay attention to that. Come in and fill in your form for your assessment. If you are unable to do so, call us at the ministry and give us the information, and we will forward to Planning and Development Authority. Because we do not want next year, please God, as you know, every year is a hurricane season, that we rebuild and we're faced with the same dilemma. So please take the opportunity and please adhere to what rules and the codes for rebuilding. We have the OECS codes that were developed since 2016. So we're asking for our contractors to please adhere to the codes. Physical Planning and Development Authority is in Carriacou. Let us do what is right.
Okay. Caller, come in. Caller.
Mr. Kim.
Yes, hello, yes.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Why is it GBN and other radio media does not get information like that to use as news?
I can't really answer the question because I don't know if you want.
I have done several interviews.
Hold on, caller. The answer is coming. Go ahead, Miss Isaac.
I have done several interviews post Hurricane Beryl with GBN, and I am due to do a follow-up interview again up to last week before they had some information from Carriacou. But as I said, everything that is posted on the ministry page on Facebook is shared with the media. So whenever interviews are done, we also share it with GIS, who will then disseminate it to the various media houses in Grenada as well.
Okay.
But my observation as a citizen that a lot of these media houses, it's not a level playing field, I find it not to be so.
Caller, you want to continue?
Yeah, brilliant. That's brilliant.
Okay.
I'm very happy to know that. I'll be listening out for them.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Okay, so Leo, yes, continue your comments there.
Yeah, because it's a lot of instances objectivity is missing. I guess who plays the pipe or get the tune.
Well, not even that, but Ms. Isaac, I know I've heard you quite a number of times, on different media platforms, getting information out there. But it seems as though that it's out there, they get it, but that's the end of it. In other words, like you don't hear it again, you don't see them, going back to say, well, what is whatever, and that's it, and that's so it's been said, but it's not been heard as the way it should be, or disseminated in the way it should be.
Okay, so we will take the advice and we will seek to correct so that the information can get out to the public properly.
Okay. Now, I don't want to hold it too much longer because I know you just came for a little short stay with us here to get the information out there, but you've touched on so many topics, so many things, I think it's very important, that you sort of, try to see if you could do a compilation now as you're getting ready to exit.
But in future, when we're having people like Mr. Isaac,
You got to give a...
It's better belly buzz than good food waste. So...
belly buzz than good food.
Like that. So at the end of the year, we were able to see a Government in Work magazine published in the year.
Hopefully, but what we've started from the Prime Minister's Ministry through the Press Secretary is a monthly newsletter. So we'll try to get it out to a wider section of the public so everybody can be in the know.
And that would be include Grenada, Carriacou.
Yes, it's inclusive.
Okay.
Yes, it includes all the islands. But before I go, we, as usual, it's Christmas season. Not because Hurricane Beryl came that we're losing that spirit of Christmas, that warmth, that joy of the season. So from the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, we are actually having Christmas in the Gardens 2024.
When?
December 20th at the Carriacou Botanical Gardens. Before I came here, the planning committee was in a meeting and we've actually started to put things in gear. So last year we've started out with we had 4 nights. However, we understand the implications of Hurricane Beryl. So we are going to do a 1-day event. When I say 1 day, what do I mean? We're having the Senior Citizens Luncheon, which is courtesy of the Minister of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, Honorable Tevin Andrews. And then we're incorporating our children. So the seniors and the children will be mixing this year. We want the children to also show appreciation to our senior citizens. What we'll be doing at the Botanical Gardens, we'll be setting up a nice tent area for our senior citizens, lovely to be nicely decorated in the colors of Christmas. And on the side, closer to where the old power station was, we'll be setting up our children's village, Christmas village. So our children of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and we're hoping the children from Petit Martinique can join us. We'll be having an afternoon, well, we're starting from 12 noon of fun for them. And we have already have some corporate citizens on board with us, but we're also asking for other corporate citizens to join us. So after the senior citizens and the children fun day, what do we do? As the sun sets, we're going to have entertainment on stage. As per usual, we'll have the Royal Grenada Police Force Band and Culture Train. But there is a call now for any entertainers, whether you're in Grenada or Carriacou, to join with us to make this event memorable. We'll be decorating the Botanical Gardens as per usual with all the beautiful lights and decorations. Any person, corporate citizen, whether you're here or in the diaspora, we're asking for your support. We need everyone to come on board to showcase the resilience of our people during this Christmas season. So it's Christmas in the Gardens 2024, December 20th. We have a call out now for sponsorship. And I'm happy to say we've already produced our radio ad. It is running. Budget Marine has supported us once again in that aspect. So we say thank you to Budget Marine for the production of our ad for Christmas in the Gardens. So we're on. Your support is needed. And again, from the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, I would like to say thank you to everyone, all the corporate citizens, all the NGOs who came from Samaritan's Post right down from the initial days of Beryl right on to now. But it does not stop here. We need your support to rebuild. We want Carriacou and Petit Martinique to rise again with all of us on board. So call me on 457-1308. We are waiting for that partnership. We need that partnership to continue.
Well, Mr. Isaac, I want to thank you so much again for coming here and sharing the information with us. And to let you know, as always, the line is and the doors and everything is always open. So feel free to contact us when you want to get the information out to the public, and also for doing a fantastic job on behalf of the ministry. We want to say thank you.
Thank you too. And something I forgot, Kim, and thank you to your listeners, is Youth Talk. We have not forgotten the youth. So next week, Wednesday, November 27th, at Arisa Credit Union's conference room, we'll be having a special for our youth, young people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Some more information we'll get to you, Kim, in terms of ads so more persons can know. We'll do the PA broadcast around Carriacou so persons can be in the know. So we're calling our young people to come out at Arisa conference room on Church Street on next Wednesday, the 27th, for Youth Talk. It is a program that has started by the Division of Youth in Grenada and is now coming to Carriacou. A number of senior government officials and motivational speakers will be there as we press forward post-Hurricane Beryl.
Okay.
Thank you so much again.
Just give me, Kim, let me just have one, and Mr. Isaac, I wanted to find out about, I know the budget was postponed, national budget and so on. And of course, before the budget takes place, there's always consultation. And Carriacou here, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, would be having its consultation as the for the budget. What's the status of that? I think I heard it might be in February. Around
I will leave that to the Ministry of Finance. I did have word with them yesterday, but as soon as I have that information, we'll share it with the public.
Okay.
So the Ministry of Finance, I know, is hard at work preparing the 2025 budget. But as you know, we got Hurricane Beryl in July, and everything with government has procedures. So July would have been the cutoff when you say, okay, all spending has to stop at a particular period. Then you have to start your pre-budget consultation and everything like that. So we need to just understand, due to the effects of Hurricane Beryl, and then we now have that flooding that happened in Grenada. So our brothers and sisters in Grenada is also impacted in some way or the other. So just bear with the Ministry of Finance, and that information will be made known to the public.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
And thank you so much again.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay, bye
as
now.
Mr.
Let me take a call there while
Thank
she's
you.
exiting. Let me take a call there. Vibes FM caller.
Yeah.
Lana, WhatsApp caller coming.
Right, yes.
WhatsApp caller coming. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good
Yes.
morning.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. Sorry, not even realizing that. Wonderful information from this beautiful lady there. I think when I come to Carriacou, I need to come see you. You're great. That's now. I want to say that out of every disappointment or out of every challenge that humankind has faced, if we really look at it well, it's an opening for growth. And I believe when the hurricane happened in Carriacou, when the Prime Minister was there, there's a man that says everything is going to be fine. I can't remember how he said it, but that was a very touching moment when he said to the Prime Minister that we're going to build back, to the effect that we're going to build back better, or we're going to be better again.
Yeah.
And so I believe Carriacou and Petit Martinique need to take that position. We're building back now, because again, Carriacou and Petit Martinique has been down for a while. In fact, for the previous governments, I haven't seen or heard of any much development. Now, Carriacou and Petit Martinique been put on the back burner since when the NMP was in power for all those years. So this is good timing, and I believe I think she mentioned about the ministries being on the ground and making sure that all the rules and stuff is adhered to in terms of building and constructing and stuff. So I think we should really utilize this time here now to make sure when Carriacou is done and back, that Carriacou is done and back in the most fortified way, in the most productive, progressive, modern way than before. So I hope all these things are in place where we have drainage, roads, the building construction and everything else, building.
Yeah.
We can't wait for another time for that to happen. So that's a good time for that to happen.
Yeah.
In terms of the information being disseminated into the public, what I find with Grenadians, most Grenadians, and I think maybe NMP has bombarded the airwaves. I think they have a lot more radio stations down there. And so because they're not feeding the people with the right information, a lot of people just know what the NNP is saying, and probably even when GIS give news, it's like a wash off. It falls on the dashing list, or we're in following dashing list and it wash out. What I think we should be doing, every place that government owns, for example, the bus terminal, I'm sure they have a PA system there. I think all the institutions in Grenada where there is PA system, they should be continuously announcing things that happening throughout the country especially now with the flooding and the hurricane. Just keep announcing those things that, okay, last week Kariku got this and this, the farmers got this and that. Keep saying those things in all the institutions where you have a PA system so that people gets it, and where the publics are, because really there's places where the public are, either in the markets, in the bus terminal, or wherever. Just have a system where the information is being sent, because the more you send information to people, the more it's going to be something. Even those that don't want to listen, it will be in their head because it's being said over and over and over. So I believe if we could do this, wherever there is a PA system set up in government institutions, they should be passing the information in there on a regular basis, on a rotationary way, so that at least the public get the information, not just who choose to listen to whatever radio station, but it would be there where everybody is. And so it's a good way to disseminate the information so that people get to know what's happening, and then they will be able to push off the lies or even have a discussion about those lies that the NNP is pushing.
Yeah, okay.
That's my take. But you guys have a beautiful program. My brother over there, what's his name? I don't know his name, but I know he was sick last week. What's his name?
Solio.
Okay. How is Solio?
Solio, man.
Yeah.
Solio, I like your vibe. But Solio, let me say something to you we're the island of spice. We have a lot of cinnamon. Cinnamon is one of the things you guys should be using on a daily basis, because the cinnamon have a lot of attributes that would help you deal with colds and everything like that. So if you drink cinnamon every day, you would be less likely to have colds and flus and viruses.
Okay, good. Thank you for the information.
All right.
Thank you for the information.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll check you guys out when I come to Kariku the next time.
Okay, thank you. Feel free. You're welcome.
Take care, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, no problem.
By the way,
Yes.
I was sharing that papa leaf is very good for dengue fever,
I heard.
And that's something that's been hearing everywhere. You know, they sell it in Amazon now? Yeah.
What?
And we have it here.
We have it
as wild.
Yeah, but
something that's
yes.
just going wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what widespread information, man. Papa leaf is
Yes,
good.
What I do know, is that a lot of people now are trying to go back to the
herbs, yes.
The herbs.
Back to my roots.
Because I never had this aspirins and all this thing. And, they weren't wrong. Whenever you get sick, mommy send me there and tell me 6 leaf in this, 5 in this one, that. Put it in the in the bun pan, boil it, and practice it.
But it's the little gashes and cuts. The first application, no cotton leaf and salt.
Boy,
and the salt.
Don't remind me, boy, that's salt bun.
That's salt. What now? Putting salt in cut, man?
Cotton leaf and salt.
The only thing with these local medicines,
the dosage.
The dosage. That's the only thing. You don't know how much.
What? Do you really need? Do you really need the exact dosage? Or you could average.
Want to get better.
Yeah. With everything, the medical practitioners tell you when you have to take a dosage, right?
I remember one time where I got a nail through, and in the bottom of my feet get yellow. As a kid, you don't even know whatever. You try to hide it.
Yeah.
And they catch me and they say, "What joke you making, boy?" And they put some knife on the fire or something.
Yes, and cut it.
And cut it. And then aloes and
salt
and burn up my foot. Boy, next morning I walk in.
Yeah.
But you were scared.
But they hold me down. When everybody hold it down there.
But what's a very good antibiotic we have here is black sage.
Yes.
Black sage, yes.
Black sage. And some lady told me one time I should drink black sage for 7 days and stop.
Yeah.
Why?
But when they give you antibiotics and they give you the same thing, 3 today, 2 to that, and then you finish, yeah?
And the dosage finish.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not.
Vibes FM, caller coming.
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Not bad, Uncle Leo. How are you doing? Welcome back, Uncle Leo.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Guys, I don't know. The port in Windward.
Say that again.
The port in Windward.
The jetty in Windward.
Yeah.
Is there under construction in the making?
Well, no. That has been looked into. As much as I could tell you. One of the things I noticed that the jetted, I mean the new program seem to thinking about something where that is wide enough for vehicular traffic, plus a little station where somebody with a toilet or somebody's waiting for. So and all those things been
But the information is that January, come January, you will see some movements in that. As Solio said, the port, the jetty, and a washroom and a waiting facility for the people of PD Martinique will be incorporated in the whole equation of the development there. So come January, you see some movements there. So just have some patience.
The reason why I asked that, Tuesday onto the point with Nolan Cox. In all fairness, the moderator asked Nolan Cox about the jetty. But I remember, Uncle Leo, you remember during the campaign time before the election 2022, the previous Prime Minister was jumping holes to go Petit Martinique?
Yes. Of course.
So I'm hearing like the GBN they don't know what's happening in Caracas and Petit Martinique.
They don't know.
Honestly, I was amazed. I was really amazed. And they want to pressuring Tevin now for the port, for the jetty in Windward. That's been so for years.
Yeah. All right, of course.
Well,
I remember falling down there one night. Yes.
I was amazed. GBN, I think I could be wrong, but I think GBN is anti this new government now. No, I could be wrong,
Yeah.
Because if they are the main news outfit in Grenada, and when government release news, forget GIS dead, it's GBN. And if you haven't equal to government ministers or the opposition ministers coming there, they should have the information on the desk there, right there, and there.
Well,
yep.
Yeah.
You see that again, and those guys are persistent. Persistent. That's why I said earlier, who pays the piper get the tune. And I know of the strategy that it's been used by my boy, is that be the churches, the TV stations, the radio stations, all have. He wants to be affiliated with those things, so a couple of dollars will control what is happening.
Community groups.
Yeah, community groups. That's why you see in Caracas, we have financiers. You have financier in Tapil, have financier in Belmont, have financier in Abbeville. Yes, and money sharing.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening.
And the other thing, when opposition members is on to the point, sometimes they have no calling minutes, or maybe just 3 or 6 minutes. Tuesday gone was about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
6 minutes.
Control.
Sometimes no time to call.
Yeah, no, but that's what they do. But as you just mentioned about them trying to control all media outputs, and they develop some kind of relationship with them where they could be loyal to them.
Yeah.
I had the experience personally.
All the radio stations in Caracas and Petit Martinique. And where I see brother came here tonight, but putting another challenge to him. He promised me he gonna put a special program for me once a week.
Still there.
Brother came waiting for my program.
And that's where it starts, huh?
Right.
That's where it starts. Yeah, that's the beginning.
Honestly, GBN is, in my belief, humble opinion, is anti-government. Honestly.
Okay.
But boy, you could substantiate that.
I don't have evidence. But the moderator played the evidence.
And the other thing, Asbot.
Hello, sir.
Asbot.
Hello, sir.
I heard the agriculture farmers in Petit Martinique, has they received any assistance from the government?
But they would be getting some assistance. Everything takes time as per usual, you know. So then the assistance is rolling out now. The packages, the financial packages is rolling out. So nobody would get left behind. Everybody would get some assistance moving forward.
Miss Isaac
said,
but
they have started. They have started.
100 and something people already received that.
Everybody would not get the same time, but the package is rolling out. The payments are starting. But before the ending of the year, everybody would be smiling.
Yeah, man. But did you listen to Nolan Cox on Tuesday?
No. I didn't get the opportunity to. I'm sorry.
You should go back and listen to it.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
I'll go back on that.
Yeah, I'll go.
I started to listen to it, but believe me, I was kind of busy.
That's what GBN.
Yeah,
to
the point. I played a clip earlier on where he spoke about the lady. That was somebody that sent that from me. But I have the entire recording.
That was coming to the end.
Yes, the end of the program. Yeah, when you ask questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Our caller.
And one more thing.
Yeah.
Uncle Gary been there as Prime Minister for 28 years.
Uncle who?
Uncle Gary.
Uncle Gary.
Okay, yeah.
28 years.
That much?
Yeah, man.
28 years.
51.
No. I mean, you were not as prime minister from 51. You only became prime minister from 74.
He was chief minister.
Well, yeah, all those things.
Premier,
chief minister, premier, and then prime minister. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
28 years, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
The NNP been there for 22.5 years, in and between, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you look at what Uncle Gary and Kit Mitchell done, and you compare that with the revolution and also this new NDC now,
chalk and cheese.
There's no comparison.
Chalk and cheese.
In terms of progress.
Chalk and cheese.
That's
chalk
true.
and cheese.
That's a good
observation.
Yeah.
Chalk and cheese.
I was thinking about it all week. No comparison.
And I could tell you that is even more so in Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Yeah, it's more.
Oh my God.
More prevalent,
and pronounced.
Yeah, man. Carriacou and Petit Martinique is condensed milk.
But what I can tell you, Kola, is that come January, you would hear a lot of new programs and things rolling out, you know, for the benefit of the local economy. I can tell you that. Rest assured that you would hear a lot of things happening.
I know things happening, but that is what Nolan Cox said.
Yeah, but you have to. Sometimes you forget about what the naysayers say, and you concentrate on what you want to do for the benefit of the country and the benefit of the people in the constituent in the different constituencies and in the different parishes, you know. So you don't really have to worry about what the opposition really say.
When I heard the host asking Tevin about the jetty, I was amazed, honestly. I was amazed.
Well, let me tell you this, Carriacou is a coveted city, and it's been so for a very long time, and my boy knows that if you do anything to procure his Carriacou seat. So now that so much is happening in Carriacou, he has to up the ante. And Nolan is the messenger. You see, and now that Nolan has become the messenger, and he can't have anybody of substance to assist him, so here you have to resort to these people like Jenny Simon and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Colin.
One more thing, Kim.
Yeah.
Where can I get some tickets to buy tickets?
For?
I want some tickets to buy.
For?
Tickets.
What?
I'm lost.
The boxing match.
The cage.
On the 15th? Ringside?
On the 15th.
Yeah,
that's what ringside.
Yeah. I think I'm going to put a hold on this.
Okay, so I will look at that.
Okay, all right. Let me take another call. Vibes FM, Lanan caller?
Afternoon, Vibes FM.
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
First, I want to say welcome back to Sterleo.
Thank you, my dear.
And one of my takeaways from what has happened is the importance of family. And thank God you have good family that stood up with you and was able to take care of you right away. So with that in mind, as long as they have good health, you'll be able to perform.
Thank you.
No time for us to go about begging. As long as we put aside what we need for hard times, you'll be able to take care of yourself. So to the family, I say thank you. You've done a good job. And if the NDC has somebody in their corner to disseminate information, as this lady who just spoke before on the government business, they would never lose an election. Congratulations, Miss. You did a wonderful job and you've been doing a tremendous work as a public servant. And if the public servant is loaded with people like you, we have no need to worry about sabotage. And I would say, at the end of all of these projects, and not even all half, I don't believe we would have an opposition again, because they would have nothing to talk about on radio. Thanks to those in the diaspora that continue to help, and those that are continuing to help. Kayaks are a set of people who bond together, who look out for each other, who take care of one another. And to all of us, I say, we look forward to a good season. Thank you, and continue to be your best. And I believe, Pedro did the right thing. Just wait as Mr. Dragon. Once your name is on the ticket, they can show you out. Let it check for themselves. Let it fight and supporting Pedro. Go, Peter, go.
Caller, thank you.
Thank you so much, and I second the emotion.
What's up, caller? You there? Listen, this Pedro talk is a hot topic.
So what do you think? What, in your opinion, what do you think would happen on that day? You think that
the 15th of December?
Yeah. What's your take on it?
Honestly, I don't believe there's going to be a convention on the 15th. I sat down and I did an analysis in my head, because I've been following this steel cage thing for the longest while. I've been talking for the longest while.
Yeah.
And in my view, I don't think there's going to be a convention. What I think is going to happen is this 5-member committee that's put out there to do a selection or to do some analysis of who qualify to be a candidate for the leader or for leadership, whatever the case might be. I believe that they're going to oppose Pedro. He would not qualify. And now, if Pedro doesn't qualify and they opt him out, okay? Pedro could be in a situation where he could maybe file an injunction as to say to stop the convention
from going
he
forward.
could do that if he so decide. And if he stopped it, then there's no convention. And there's going to be a lapse and a wait there for the final judgment or whatever. But I think he's going to make history in this way. Now, this is my view. If he file a convention,
if he file the injunction,
if he file the injunction and it get through and they stop the convention, right? The NNP, the people in there, whatever the case might be, might expel him from the party.
But
they could do that, And then if they
expel him on what grounds you think?
They could, whatever grounds you.
Because he said that he's standing.
What? Yes. Why did they expel you?
On what grounds they would expel him?
When they expelled him the last time when he was in the NC.
Well, they had grounds.
And they went to court.
But
they had grounds. But when they went to court, what was the result?
Well, it's true. The case.
Right, because the grounds were not solid. So not solid. So in other words, they could expel him too again from the NNP, and the grounds are not solid, but he expelled. And if you go to court and he win the court and he win the case, right? Let's watch. This thing is a steel cage, It's a real steel cage. And if you go to court now and you expel and thing there, now the situation now, the blood, the relationship, which is not good already.
The bad blood relationship.
It will get worse. And so you would not be even comfortable now, even trying to come back into the fray because of what transpired. And I believe that Diablo now is scared of Pedro. So what Diablo is really doing, if they go to a convention, Ian trusts to have Pablo there and the people who might support, because they might be telling Diablo, yes, boy, we'll support you. But next thing,
just as we did.
But next thing they do the blaze on him.
Just as we did,
And then he get the kick. So he ain't taking no chance. So that's why the committee, I believe,
was
is setting up now to make sure. Listen, I ain't taking no chance with them people. The next thing they come and they throw me out of my own party.
Jim,
but you know, people are asking whether or not that approach or is it constitutional in the sense of
forget constitution.
The party has a constitution that guides it.
Well, listen, man.
So what are you saying? Just throw everything out?
What the constitution says you're supposed to have a convention.
But who is the one supposed to call the convention? Who is the one supposed to call the convention? Is
The
that general
executive-
secretary
the
or the
executive-
executive? So how the leader call?
Right, and you have a constitution.
And you have a constitution, yeah. So it's a one man is something, yeah. It's the control cabal.
Yeah.
No. This thing is a real stage
So
case.
is 3 years later? 3 years later, we having this convention.
But you know, and
Wow.
the excuses that this guy put forward, I don't see how big people in their right mind could tolerate this foolishness, because it's as clear as day to me and old people say, when you could see something in the day, you don't light candle to look for it in the night. You see what this guy is doing, all these tricks that he's trying, and by people who are as qualified as you are to be leader, but you want to be leader. And that's the only thing you'll go for, at all costs.
Yes. But out of the general council, he really caused Pedro. I mean, when he was...
Well, the silly thing about it is that he's trying to tell him straight out, don't come.
Don't challenge me.
Yeah.
So if Pedro just decide not to challenge, but just to be on the executive and take time, because Dr. Mitchell almost on the way out now.
Yeah, no, but you see, but Pedro is insisting and is saying over and over, I will offer myself up for leadership. I'm going to give the challenge.
But you think that's a mistake he make rather than undermining him and saying that, okay, I don't want leadership, but deep down inside.
No, you see, because when the statement was made about leadership and not whatever, everybody believed he was genuine.
Okay.
When he said, give me one for the road,
he wasn't competing anymore, he wasn't contesting anymore.
This is it.
That is when Peter said, well, if you're not going to offer yourself up to not in the ring.
Right.
But he said before Peter, nobody wants
So all the names that was banding about and say, okay, well, look, Mr. Pierre, Honorable Pierre, or Mr. Horsford, or whoever, that's just camouflage.
But you know, lately I've been hearing him once or twice in some speech said, whoever becomes the leader of the NNP, whoever the NNP will prevail, despite who the leader may be.
And you have to be from the boils and a child of the NNP. In other words,
you can be outsider.
Yeah. But the thing about it is that he is making sure that he put himself in a position whereby there is no opposition, is me and me alone. I ain't taking no chance. You see, Leo, I ain't trusted. Next thing you tell me, vote for me, and you vote for me. And next thing...
So you put systems in place to keep
I'm making sure Leo, keep him out. You know, this is the kind of thing.
But that's not democratic.
I think it is inevitable.
Since when
I think it is
democracy.
I think it is inevitable. Sorry, Leo. I think it is inevitable that the same thing that the opposition leader, the leader of the opposition, did to Blaze.
Yeah,
he coming back.
The same thing will come back.
But he's trying to avoid it.
He could try.
But
the point is, I mean, we've been saying this for years now. I mean, what did Daddy Blaze tell him?
The kick he get from a dying horse is the hardest.
Yes.
but Mr. Mills, you know what you said? That you have some real merit in it, about the...
But don't forget it's my opinion.
Yeah, it's your opinion. But what I'm saying is that, we have no evidence to substantiate the claim, right? No, we just having a little chit-chat on it. But what you said, I believe...
It's possible.
It is possible.
You remember...
Knowing that Peter really wants to challenge...
Keep him out.
So keep him out.
Keep him out.
Yeah.
You don't take no chance. Yeah. Next thing, man, come and win the race.
Well, it's possible he could win the race.
Well, not that. You see, he's at a point now where he can't, because he know what he did back in the days with Blaze. He can't take no chance with nobody now. Well, he ain't taking no chance. Because he deceived Blaze.
You get it.
So no, in other words, now, so he feels the same thing could happen to him, and he's trying to avoid that. Yeah. So to avoid it now, get rid of Pedro. He ain't coming to
block him.
Yes, take him out.
Yeah, but in my opinion, what he should have done is that bow gracefully and allow somebody to take over, and and treat him as a statesman, and everything.
But if he wins, if he have this convention and he wins, look out there, exodus, movement of young people. He ain't getting two.
Young people don't go in the man thing.
They go in exodus, man.
Young people ain't going in the man thing. When you watch something,
you see everybody with the
and even those and even the potential ones who are there, like senators and so on, they too are pedaling back. Getting out of the ring.
Or he putting them out of the ring and bringing who he wants as a yes person.
Well, you can see every meeting he have. When you look at the membership, you look at people with money tying the handkerchief.
Watch. We
senior citizens.
This man he ain't taking
no chance.
Get rid of Pedro. So now the 5-man committee or whatever they have there is going to obviously exit Peter.
Yeah. But first time that is really happening, eh?
First time they're having something of the nature.
Yeah, of the nature, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's before you respond to our call. Something I heard the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister, saying that he can't understand where it come from, paying people to vote. I mean, that is a very, very, very interesting comment. You can't understand where that come from, and that was never in the NNP party, and so on and so forth. Paying people to vote.
But he's showing word for Pedro.
I know he's showing word. So when he went and gather all the support to vote against Blaze, what was that?
But he's claiming maybe he didn't pay.
But what was that? You gather all the support because if things were
money
normal,
but you say money passing now.
Yeah, but it's alleged. We have no information or substantially.
What?
No. But he mentioned the statement and said.
But yes, he mentioned.
No. I'm saying I'm just
quoting him,
noting that he was concerned about that.
Yeah.
But when he went and gathered all the friends to vote
against
Blaze, that was no issue.
But no convention. Vibes FM. What's up, caller coming? What's up, caller?
Hey, good morning.
Afternoon.
Morning. Hey, good afternoon. How you doing, man? Yeah, good, man.
Leo is very happy to hear you, man. Very happy to. Matter of fact, to see you on television.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see the spirit. I could see the spirit still there, you know.
Yeah. You can go
okay. You guys know when I reach that topic, you know that's my topic, right? Them, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. As far as I hear from the ground, all right, and I've been hearing, there are two people I spoke to. Concerning with the committee that they formed, the committee is illegal because it's not based on the constitution
of the party.
And I'm hearing that
that's what Lawrence
that Friends of Peter. That Friends of Peter will be going to court, you know?
Okay.
And then I am hearing also that we'll keep Mitchell and them get through it. What they're doing, I'm also hearing that Friends of Peter will also disrupt that convention, you know? So then, so far, there will be a lot of drama coming out of that convention.
Still cage.
Because Peter and people decided not going to leave it like that. You know, because it's illegal based on the constitution. You know, and when you get people like Buffett and them talking again, you know, so they decided they're going to meet with a couple lawyers and see what they could do about it. You know, so that's not going to end right there.
But Diablo says up to the challenge because Lawrence Joseph said that this committee is illegal. It's
illegal.
Cement court.
Yes.
So
after the thing just starts.
Well, if you listen to Kit Mitchell say take him to court.
That's what
you understand? Remember Kit Mitchell saying that. You know, but Kit Mitchell know that basically based on the constitution is wrong. You know, I mean, it's illegal because right now, even Kit Mitchell right now as the leader is operating on basically like an illegal base. You understand?
Right.
But I don't really think that December the 15th. I'm looking forward to this December 15th. As a matter of fact, But I'm encouraging you guys, if you guys get the time, tonight will be the final meeting for the NNP. You know, and I'm hearing that there's going to be some announcements. So I don't know if he might recommend that Emmeline Pierre?
Yes.
To take leadership. You understand? So stay tuned for this evening. That will be a very important meeting.
I think Emily will be nominated.
No way. No way. Because if you listen hold on. Listen. So Emmeline Pierre gonna be leadership and he go run as a candidate?
Well, I think they put a thing in plan, like to get rid of Peter. Because the committee basically is to get rid of Peter. That's the reason why they will be.
But no, we're talking about leadership now. Leadership. Who's going to lead the party into the next election?
Well, let me tell you, Kim. Okay, the reason why they put that because they wanted to give Emmeline Pierre. You understand? Because if Emmeline Pierre have it, Emmeline Pierre going to turn it back to Keith Mitchell as far as I'm hearing.
No.
All right,
turn it back.
No,
listen, turn it back. But
watch. Listen to Diablo.
Is a candidate. Is there a possibility of Keith Mitchell candidate for NNP? But at the same time, Keith Mitchell is not the political leader of the NNP. Is that a possibility? No. That possibility will not exist.
No. Color? You see what I'm telling you? Color? That don't exist.
I understand what you're saying, Kim. But Kim, let me fast forward something to you. The other day, Peter was online, right, and I was going to ask him about the committee, and I wanted to ask him some question concerning but if you're going to take illegal action. What happened now? Innocent Pierre calling, and Innocent refused to take my call. He went to everybody. And I realized he do that with a couple times I called him.
I realized that.
Blocking out my call.
I realized that. I see that. I noticed that. I was watching that all the way. I have the recording too. I watch it. Yeah.
All right.
Right. Yeah. No. What you're saying that makes sense. But the thing about it is that they're trying to evade, you from, or Peter from making those kind of comments. But Diablo is telling you straight out, no. What are you talking about there? Me run as a candidate? Yes.
But Tim, if you realize, right? Every chance he gets, Peter say he put himself in the race. You understand? So Peter is building something.
Right.
Peter is doing some groundwork as far as ahead.
That is why we can take no chance.
If they go into the convention now, they're going to be a big surprise.
No. That is why we're not going to have convention. That is why, and we can't take no chance.
They're going to have a convention on the 15th of December. Anyway.
No,
I don't believe that yet.
No, the match just started. The thing about it is that you have to eliminate Peter from the table because Peter has a lot of support.
Mm-hmm. Peter have the vote,
right? Yeah. And you can't take no chance and go there, boy. Yeah. Next thing the man lose the party. What wrong with you?
The thing have to be.
But do you hear that with the committee they have to put in an application and they have to background check and all these things and then do you hear about that too?
Yes, that is to eliminate Pedro.
But they're going to have a hard time doing it. I'm telling you.
No. Hold on. The thing done set up. The thing set up. Let me tell you something. Diablo is stupid enough. That man sit down and he figure out the thing how you want to do it in. Mm-hmm. And he figured this might be the best way. So now is not for us to just look at it,
and execute.
And we're looking at the outside and see the possibility of whatever could transpire. But as far as I'm concerned, there will be no convention on the 15th if Peter is going to be up there.
I'm in the belief also that there is never going to be a convention. But Kim, I want you guys to stay tuned later to the monitor the rally, the meeting that they have because they asking everybody to come.
The zonal, yes.
Okay, just like in Paul, they tell everybody come. They got a big announcement.
Yes, oil and gas.
Yeah, but hold on.
So I want you guys to pay attention to what's happening from tonight.
You mean he's stepping down?
Okay, we got jokes now.
Well, it became a joke.
I'm wishing you guys all the best, man. We're getting some rain in New York today.
Okay. All right. Caller, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
We talk later.
Okay, bye. Landline caller, come in. Hello, landline caller.
Can't wait.
Okay, let me take the next WhatsApp caller. WhatsApp caller coming. Caller coming now.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, yes.
Hey.
Yes, go ahead. We're hearing you.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Afternoon, sir.
I got getting a reverb.
Oh.
You're getting maybe you
reverb.
Yeah, maybe
Away from my radio, my volume is right down.
okay. Let me see if I could get something from you here. Okay, try. Okay, go again. Yes. All right.
Okay, afternoon.
Yeah. Okay.
Peter, in my opinion, has no shame. I can't see a genuine human being going through all this humiliation and still want to be among his enemies. I don't understand that. I mean, people like that could be taken off very, very easy because they want to eat from the same table. You get yourself tied up when you should have been a stalwart in the NDC, like you had a gang with you, those ex-revolutionaries, or they was expelled, and later you joined Kit. Kit don't like you. Will always Kit say about Peter in Parliament. Okay? Peter still embrace Kit. What he's looking for? Power. Okay? And he feels he could get it at any cost, so he could take all the insult. But then let's suppose Peter become the leader of the NNP. How comfortable he will feel to know all the others, like the MPs and them around him, is not his friend. I don't understand this one, but when the poor are hungry, and they're going to behave. Now, I would not give Peter much time. He's getting what coming to him. He set it up in the NDC and he's going to get it in the NNP. On another note,
yeah.
Mr. Coy. Now, there is something that I debunk that people hold on to, which is Christmas, which is the birth of Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess Mr. Coy used to read that scripture every morning, every Christmas morning, when they're in service. But it shows how blind these ministers of the gospel are. Now, if you look at Luke chapter 1, I think it is, and verse 26, when the angel Gabriel visited Mary to tell her of the good tidings, it is written in the 6th month. Whether in the Gregorian calendar, which we are using today, or the Jewish calendar, 6 months is 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it means that 6 months later will be 12 months. Jesus Christ could not have born in December, which means he would have been premature. So if you check in from the 6 months in the year, you will end up in March, which will be 9 months. So how come Jesus' birthday is the 25th of December? And you look at some of the verses that's so wrong, that while shepherds watch the flock by night, sitting on the ground in winter, these areas are then going to be cold in the night. That is when all the animals is in band and feeding on haystack. Then you have wise men from afar going into Israel to visit the newborn in winter. You go to New York and you know when there is winter, outside is dark. And in those days they have no street lights. All these guys are not travel in this cold from that distance. So Jesus Christ could not have born in December. I debunk that, and I debunk that based on scripture. In the 6th month, Mary was told about it. Elizabeth was already pregnant 6 months with John the Baptist, Okay?
Okay.
So I yet to understand why these ministers of the gospel reading the scripture verse every Christmas morning and cannot see what they're telling the people in the church is a lie. This is pagan worship, When I look back at Bible history, there was a guy in the Old Testament they called Nimrod, who was building the Tower of Babel, which is Babylon. His son, either Tammuz or Tamuel, was struck down by a wild boar and died. And every year on that date, they used to celebrate his death with the half of a pig, the front half of a pig. But when Constantine, I think, took over as emperor, he inducted that in their calendar and they removed the head and used the 4 legs instead, and that's why we end up with the ham. So I don't understand, and you're going to hear this Christmas morning again now. I'm not talking about the other churches, I'm talking about those who say they are children of God. They are pastors chosen and sent by God. And they, in this foolishness, this cannot be correct. And I believe that the churches is leading the people away from God. And away from God is hell. Because you're not teaching them the right thing. I will let you Pastor Coy. Well, okay. I will let you Minister Coy on that part of the scripture. And any other pastors who could call him, okay, to give their bits and pieces, but it must be in line with scripture. If you would not get it in scripture, then don't mention it. That's what the scripture said concerning the birth of Jesus Christ. From the time Mary was pregnant, because it was the act of the Holy Ghost. And the angel came and told her about it. And when she met Elizabeth, Peter's tongue, the Bible says lip in Elizabeth's womb. That contact between what is in Mary and what is in John the Baptist, that contact was made. Okay? It is biblical. So this thing about celebrating Jesus Christ, look man, if my birthday is the 10th of July, you cannot celebrate it on the 14th of August. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. Some people tell me, well, all we know is celebrate Jesus Christ's birthday because he was born. They're talking in ignorance. You're not celebrating his birthday. Look what is behind it, what is being celebrated. And the Jews, the Israelites had nothing to do with swine. They used a lamb for sacrifice. They use lamb for celebration, not a pig. But you're using a pig to commemorate his body. That cannot be correct either. And so the lovers of Christmas, I stopped this thing years now, you know. This cannot really just holidays, Christmas and Easter and things. When my pastor had a Good Friday morning service, I stopped going to church. Yeah, a Good Friday morning service. I stopped going to church because I see, hey, that is not correct. It's not correct. And the whole Christian congregation, they celebrate Christmas, the birth of Jesus Christ. So what they are doing, they're celebrating our life.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Carla. All right.
I must admit, I'm not that deep into the scriptures. No?
Well, I tell the truth, you know. Thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
Okay. What I find a lot, you know, and I sometimes avoid discussing the scriptures because there's too many different interpretations people have, and each one of them have a point to back up whatever they are saying, and so I generally avoid it. You have your opinion. That's your opinion. Hold on. You have yours. Hold yours.
And not just opinion, the conviction.
Because this scholar, based on what the scholar is saying there, it seems to have a lot of evidence, you know, and think that he's saying that backs up what his belief is. And but if you go to another one now who believe in the 25th, they're going to quote you one bunch of
interpretation,
to back up the belief. So let me leave that.
Well, I know I ain't particular about the date, but I know if I hear Holy Night in January, you sound right.
You're sure right.
Vibes FM.
I like that.
Vibes FM, caller. Caller.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
This is Vibes.
Yeah, you're not. Your radio is too loud. Vibes FM.
In a place where it's not there.
Vibes FM. Next caller.
Yes. Good afternoon. How are we doing, guys?
Okay,
good. Thank you.
All right. So Leo.
Yes, sir.
You went to PVC.
Yes, sir.
Just like me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Were you ever taught in PVC that Christ was born on Christmas Day?
Well, again, we were told so. Yeah, I think so.
Hey?
From what I could remember.
No, what I learned from Brother Matthias, who taught us religious knowledge, was Christ's birthday is celebrated on Christmas Day.
Correct.
Was born
and they call it Christmas Day.
Correct.
Same as Queen Elizabeth II. You remember Queen's birthday parade?
Yes.
That was not the day of her birthday, was it? She was born, I think, is in March. And Queen's birthday parade was in June, right?
No, 24th of May?
Or May, right. I think it's the second Saturday in May, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it was not her birthday. And when a lot of people arguing that Christ wasn't born on Christmas Day and this and that and the other, you know, like I say, I love to laugh. Because I never know, and they made it clear, and 9 out of 10 times they do that. They attack the Roman Catholic Church. And it's the same Roman Catholic Church that put the people, the Pope, and say, hey, look, you're arguing about this Bible so much, you know. Go and put some of the Holy Scriptures into this book, and let us call it the Bible. Right? And then the people normally come and argue it for something that King James, most of the time, the King James Version, put together about 300 or so 100 years later. And then none of them can tell us what happened to the Ethiopian Bible, which for whatever reason at the time, the Pope and them left it out. You understand?
Yes. Yeah.
I think, like, if someone chooses to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, let choose it. Don't come and talk about shepherds and sitting down and outside cold. There are days in winter when you don't get no snow. And like, what else call them again? An Indian summer?
Yeah.
When it's like...
Yeah, right. Indian summer, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, when people come up and they go with this argument and they this, that, and the other, like, I'll pose a question to them. How come Satan, Lucifer, end up being black? And they cannot answer that. We know the story that he was kicked out from heaven by the archangel Michael and whatnot. But as soon as he was one of the top archangels, and all of them white, but as soon as he comes in heaven, he black. How come? We need to emancipate ourselves from this mental slavery. You look in the Bible, I think it's Matthew 2nd verse 25. I can't call anything good in Matthew. And then there's another part in the Bible. They gave you 2 ways in which Judas died. One said he hung himself, and one said something about the bowels come out in him or something like that. I know it's good. But a man died in 2 different ways, and it's in the same Bible. You understand?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, we have to think this thing and think for ourselves. People want to celebrate, and they figure it is good to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Let them people celebrate it. You don't feel to celebrate, don't celebrate it. They choose a time, the 25th. Yes, it was a pagan holiday, but the people are not celebrating paganism because of the day. If you're born on a day that there is a pagan festival, does that make you a pagan? And strangely, all the days of the week, Sunday is for the sun god. Saturday is for Saturn, whoever he was. Thursday is Thursday. All of them go back to some what do you call them? Some story or something, mythology. But nobody doesn't argue that. Because you see, that doesn't go with collection. It doesn't go with type. They don't argue that. I mean, give it a break, man. Let people live what they live. You could use the Bible to prove everything right and to prove everything wrong. In South Africa, the Afrikaans, like Kaans, they would quote the Bible for you and show you that black people, our black people, right? We are not just different. No? Let me put it bluntly. We're no good because we're black. They would quote scriptures for to prove that, you know, right? They would quote scriptures for in the Bible to prove that black people is this. Someone else come and tell you again, you're from the tribe of Cain. You're not good because Cain killed Abel. I mean, come on, people.
Well, boy, let me say this.
You must have some certain amount of discernment.
Caller,
okay, hey.
This year version, according to Steel Pulse, not King James version. Everybody have their own version. Steel Pulse not have a version.
Yeah, but look, sorry before I go. How about it's more than 15 different type of Bibles.
I'm telling you.
And you write it. People write it to suit others. Look, I one the other day. A man come by me. Well, I had good respect to tell me, look, excuse me, I don't like that doctrine. The man trying to convince me that Christ did not turn water into wine. He turned it into grape juice. But how you could give a set of people sitting in a wedding grape juice and tell you leave the best wine for last? Whether you're teetotal, whether you're drinking rum or once you get good spirits, you question it. And the natural fermentation of grapes gives you alcohol. And they want people all over in the Bible to do things in moderation. They talk about somebody, what was the guy name again, whose daughters drunk him and they ended up having sex with him in the Bible. But they keep telling you, all over the Bible, they're telling about vineyards. If you have money in those days in the Bible, you had a vineyard, you know. While you're making juice, you're making wine. And they're going on and they're giving you the thing. I mean, I'm not a big scholar, but I think about those things when people come by me and when I hear people talking. So the brother man who talk, if you want to celebrate, if you want to observe, if you want to do whatever it is, on the 25th of December, you do it. If you want to do it, you don't do it. But don't whoever tell you Christ, I like what you're trying to say, Christ didn't born on Christmas. We don't know when he born.
Okay.
When he born.
Okay.
And then, you know that.
We can substantiate that.
Next time, bye-bye.
I tell you guys, it's so amazing.
You see this religion thing?
Yeah, I tell you, I've read it because people have different
interpretation of their own version.
Right. And not that each and every person has some sort of scripture to back their opinion.
Yeah.
And listen, anytime you see you start to talk about Bible, boy, leave me out of there. No, but sometimes, you know, I mean, it's nice to see the research that people do. To in the Bible. But when I read the verses, I read them for what they are.
Yeah.
That's it. Gentlemen, it's just about time. It's just about time for us to try to wrap it up because we've gone past 2 o'clock. You know that?
Yes.
We've gone past 2 o'clock already, you know. So we're looking forward to next week, you know, because I know for the next upcoming days, a lot more will be happening in the media, and especially with the hot topic on the scene now, to see what's going to happen with the steel cage match. Steel cage match.
So the man say you want a ticket, you know. The man say you want a ticket for
I give him ringside tickets. Now that when I give him the keys for the cage. They are giving the keys for the cage. So this way, when you lock the cage, you have the cage there.
You have the cage. You have the keys.
So they have to climb out. We not take off.
But will they pass it? The way you exit, you have no exit.
Go with tag team, man.
Okay.
No, they're not. You have to climb out.
Okay.
So even though you're on the ground for the count, and you see the man climb up, and you could get up and pull him down, fight start again.
But
sorry,
yes,
you think nice.
Nice, and becoming nicer.
Yeah.
But if I may jump in first, I want to again thank our Prime Minister for the work that he's doing. Nigeria looking for it, Azerbaijan looking for repayment for the disaster that's been brought on us by the more industrialized nations.
Yes.
So the man is busy and is working in our interest, which is so very good. And the fact that he's taking so much time to pay attention to what's happening in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, I love him even more. So I realized that Diablo et al., they don't have any basis for attack anymore. So taking Paul Nolan, and somebody was saying that we should stay off Nolan, but I can't stay off Nolan because whatever you're doing on behalf of Keith Mitchell is anti-Carriacou.
Right.
So I'm sorry, I told you so a million times before. Somebody who's been there for all these years, 40 years in government, 15 weeks at opposition, 20 years as prime minister, and we have nothing to show for it. How you could support such an individual? You don't like your country. And if you don't like your country, somebody should let you know that. That's my contribution.
Okay. Osbert?
Well, today's program was really informative. You know, you had the gentleman here, and then you had the public relations officer, and the information that was disseminated was, you know, good information that, you know, it's a breath of fresh air to know that what is happening after the recovery, in the recovery process, you know. So I look forward to another program again.
And so, and Koi,
you almost say it. Yes, what I want to say, it's been, yes, I think it has been a program today that gives us the opportunity to discuss things and to learn things. I heard my colleague here saying that it was educational and informative. That exactly is the intention, so that we can grow and understand the things that we need to understand at all times. So we're looking forward to a great week ahead, Kim, and we'll want to see that we go from strength to strength.
But if I could take a good rebuttal, I think I would want to echo what the general public seem to be saying. Miss Isaac today was very informative. So and we could have it a little more frequently. Yes.
And what my intention is, this particular part of Speak Out Unfiltered, I would go in there and see if I could pull that clip out where she started, where she finished, and do some features of that section in particular. Because I believe we need to be informed, we need to be knowledgeable, and we want to applaud her again for our comments and the well done.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and guests and not the views of this radio station.